I don't think my voice is coming through, y'all, so I need to go to Carrie while I fix it.
So Solo as head of the table isn't very interesting.
You said isn't?
I don't know. I mean, he's kind of like boring.
Tripping.
Bro, he doesn't do anything.
I mean, he orders what does he do, or what doesn't he do that Roman did?
Be entertaining. Roman could at least like grab a mic and entertain you. Solo's.
Hey, wait. Somebody named Meg is one away from 70.3K. I don't know what that means. But shout her out, because I can't.
They just put that in your chat.
On TikTok, I guess.
The fuck? They think you're a freaking... Bro, they think you're one of those, like, follow finder things.
Wait, shout her out. Her name
What's her at, though?
I don't know. It just says Meg.
Can't even shout. 70.3K. We're literally like not even a couple thousand. What do you mean? Shout us out. Follow.
Sausage Explosions just joined. Or Savage Explosions.
Did you say Sausage Explosion?
That's what I thought it said.
Live. Share it out to your friends. We talking wrestling.
I'm dead.
Man, I cannot find my mic, y'all. You guys can find, I believe. But I can't find myself.
Bro, you're coming through on TikTok.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Clearly?
Let me listen.
Because I'm reading that I'm not even bouncing. You know what I'm saying? Talking right now.
So, I'm louder than you on TikTok, but I can hear you still. Like, it's not like so quiet that you can't.
I guess that's something. Let me check. He said, "Screw you."
I know. Big text. So, I'm louder than you on TikTok, but bro, we still have to talk still. Like, it's not like so quiet that you can't. Christian, just say anything. Christian, talk.
I don't know.
Yeah, we can't hear you on YouTube.
Oh. Wasn't it? Robert told me I'm really low on the stream and I can't find the mic.
That was atrocious.
Boom shakalaka.
Christian, could you hear me when I was talking?
When
I said, "Hey, Christian, say something," and then you just did it.
I heard you, but I didn't hear what you were saying exactly because I was trying to get the YouTube up to hear if I could hear him.
I was like, this motherfucker is just not going to talk.
All right, I think I'm in. Is this muted? Oh, what was that? Hello, there, I think it is. All right, now am I coming through? Let me see.
Yeah, that's better.
Oh, it is?
I think so.
Let me just double check the YouTube. Also, why is the music so loud?
Yeah, I was about to say, I can hear your music more than I can hear your voice.
Technical difficulties here.
Yeah, that's better.
Bro, I don't even know where that music is coming from. Oh. Somehow music is on here twice.
Why is the music so loud? Hey,
all right.
I was about to say, I can hear your music.
Now there's probably a real bad echo there. Come on, chat. You gotta let me know when these things are going down. Meg?
Yeah, we don't have Newton here.
Yeah. I think last week was the first podcast off without Newt in a while.
Yeah, true. He didn't even stop by at all.
We lost our most loyal fan.
There we go. I think that's better.
Because we made fun of him so much about being a hidden entity. Newton here.
Oh, so Robert said it was better, and then he said it's quiet again, and now Robert just commented, man, that I could see it on the. Oh, what the heck? Well, Nana Hika randomly scrolled on Twitch on my phone because I'm bored, and came across your stream. I also live stream and do YouTube. Dude, this is like the longest message, and I can't read it because it's like.
It might be. It sounds like a bot.
I know, right? But I still want to read it. Find my stuff on YouTube by searching Skate Bay 69. Yeah, that's the most bot name I've ever heard.
Yeah.
If you want to check me and my, what did I say? Rant? To check me and my content. Oh, definitely a bot. Also, my Spices site is linked on here. With
Nice.
Morgan in the chat, y'all.
Imagine that's what it leads to. It's just check out my OF.
Hey, Derek. Liv Morgan gets an OF. You hopping on?
I've already subscribed.
She doesn't even have one yet.
I pre-ordered that subscription.
He said yet. It's in the works. All right, now I think we're good. Now we're done talking about right hand Tamatonga. And we get right into Jade and Bianca versus Indy and Candice. Thoughts? Why is this the third time we're seeing this match in 2 weeks? Thoughts?
Yeah.
So they can set up the triple threat, I'm guessing.
But they're not even in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was it was so the other two teams could come out, jump Jade and Bianca, and then fight each other, and then set up the triple threat. That's basically what it was for. I don't really understand it. Is Jade and Bianca just like gonna be the most dominant tag team on SmackDown?
I think they should be in WWE.
Yeah, the women's tag belts have always been kind of like not important. So hopefully this makes it important.
That makes sense.
Man, it's so weird. What the hell? No, I mean, like, I'm reading fine. It just looks so low. But as long as it sounds good, I'm good. I just gotta ignore it. A little throwback to one of the episodes. I've never seen a bad picture of Indy Hartwell, y'all. Just throwing that out there.
I think I said that the other day, that Indy's like one of the top 5 prettiest divas. Because she's not like, like that boom, boom, wow, this girl is hot factor, because they don't dress her up to be that way. But
on a side note though, I think Jade has like the best, maybe not the best, but one of the best entrances in current WWE right now. Like literally
coming.
Yeah, that and the like lights and like how she comes out and her physique, like she looks like a legit superstar every time she comes out.
If they don't, if they have another X-Men and she doesn't play Storm, something.
One thing, I don't like how they mash up their songs though, because like their songs contrast so much that like when Bianca's song comes on, it's so random. Yeah. But as for the match, I really don't remember anything that happened in the match. I just remember the jumping after, like Derek was saying.
Yeah. I don't think it was very long. I think it was like 4 minutes before they jumped him.
Yeah. I think Candice LeRae got like hit outside of the ring and was like down on the ground. And then they hit the tag team finisher on Indy Hartwell and pinned her. That was the whole match. I think it just like ring the bell. They hit Candice LeRae out of the ring, hit the tag team finisher, and then pinned her.
So with everything said, I'm giving it a D+.
Yeah. I mean, if you include the jumping, maybe a D++.
The jumping is what gave it the plus.
I'll say C-.
The jumping is what gave it the plus, and Indy gave it the D. Wow, a B minus.
They liked it.
I guess. Oh, yeah. I guess I kind of forgot Kevin Owens trying to fight the whole bloodline.
Oh yeah. Oh, Heyman's like, this guy wants vengeance.
All right, let's move on. What was after that? Sarah Schreiber had a backstage interview with Apollo Crews. Angel and Humberto attack Apollo from behind. Thoughts?
I said it last week. I'll say it again. Why is Apollo Crews just the ultimate jobber?
Just give him some time, man. Jesus. At least he's on. Where's Baron Corbin been, huh? Anybody remember him?
He's been the king of the ring match and then just gone again.
All right. And then LA Knight wants to know where Logan Paul is. Carmelo comes up again. At this point, why is Carmelo so obsessed with LA Knight?
He wants the U.S. title? I don't know.
It doesn't seem that way. He's not like, he's not talking about Logan Paul. He's just talking about LA Knight. And LA Knight cooks him every single time.
He almost seems like that guy who's like mean to the girl because he likes her, but he can't like say it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nice.
But all right. After that, we got Johnny Gargano versus Grayson Waller. It was an all right match. I thought it was a little weird. Grayson won, so I think that kind of seals the deal that Theory will be turning.
Well, yeah, especially like how the match ended.
Yeah.
But
Oh
that
Hold on. Tell me this picture. He doesn't have the shape of Squidward's head. Come on, right? Am I the only one who sees this?
Who are you talking about?
Grayson Waller, like look, like the way I'm like shaping it. If this side peeked out a little bit more, but this side over here is fine. Sorry, go ahead, Grayson. What were you saying?
I was gonna say that like crazy, like Sunset Driver Gargano did out of the turnbuckle was sick as hell.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I feel like. Do you think they lose the belts before Gargano or Theory turns on him, or?
I don't know. It's so weird because like it does feel like they're like getting positioned to lose the belt, but it doesn't feel like DIY is in position to win the belt. You know what I mean?
And there's really not anybody else in position to win the belt.
There's not really any like other teams. It's either like the Bloodline or these two teams. Like you're either fighting the Bloodline or it's these two teams. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'd give the match probably a C plus.
I'd say a flat C.
I'll say, yeah, C plus.
And B. All right. After that, we got Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles segment. That was pretty funny. Cody's just waiting out in the parking lot for the boy, and then AJ Styles rolls up like Thugnificent in the Boondocks, riding on the whip.
Yeah, that was funny, and I feel like ever since even like the first match, the build wasn't great. We just knew it was gonna be a good match, but now I feel like they got the build like cooking, so I feel like this is gonna be an even better match.
I agree. If Cody, I mean, if AJ loses this though, what do you think he does after
TNA.
TNA?
I think he's having one last TNA run.
Like, you think he's gonna go back, or they're gonna like? That's what this whole merging thing is going on, so they can rent AJ Styles.
I mean, I think it's like a partnership. Like, I don't think he's leaving WWE, but I think they're gonna let him go do like a 3-month TNA run for their 20th anniversary.
That'd be cool. TNA's only 20 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's wild. Do you think Kurt Angle's going to show up in TNA just to fight AJ Styles again?
No, he said he can't wrestle anymore.
I know it's a joke. Man's like 100 years old.
He's had like 5 neck surgeries and like his knees replaced.
You either sit here and shut up or get out.
All right, let's see. What the
All right, I'll sit here and
Hey,
shut up.
Christian, how much does your cat weigh?
Like 7 pounds.
7? Okay.
Why?
On that litter robot thing, right? It's like been telling me their weights, but not who it is yet. And I know this is very random for a wrestling podcast, but one of the cats keeps scaling in at like 5 pounds, and I keep thinking that's a miscount or something like that. The other one is scaling in at like 8.8 to like 9.2 pounds. And then Kobe, wherever Kobe is scaling in at like 17 pounds.
What the hell?
Is he really that big?
This year because you have to realize the last 2 WrestleManias.
He is big. See, yeah, even my volume is low. What's going on?
Oh, still?
Huh?
That's crazy.
Oh, it's because it disappeared. Dang. My roasting of Grayson Waller didn't even make air. It was just low. I gotta figure out. I think it's this wire. This wire must be bummy. All right, here it is again. Is my volume back? Now don't hear nothing. Awesome. You guys say something?
Hello.
You guys are still coming in.
Can y'all hear Jordan? Chat, double tap, like the live. Go ahead and give us some roses in the chat. Share it out to your friends. Hit that little subscribe box down below. And this episode is brought to you by nobody, because we don't have any sponsorships yet. If you want to sponsor us, hit us up in the email at, that's your cue, Jordan.
At my email?
Yeah, your business email.
Cartoons.
What?
At Yahoo. I do it cartoons at Yahoo.
I do it cartoons at yahoo.com.
Why's it got to be my email, huh? What's going to be mine?
What do you mean? It's your channel.
Isn't this going on the sports channel?
That's still your channel.
You all have links to it.
Yeah, your business email.
Hey, Newt, back in the chat.
Did he put red flags?
He put roses.
Thanks for the roses, Newt. Really appreciate it.
That means we made it to the next round of The Bachelor, guys.
You get 4 roses, so who gets that one?
Who's the 4th one?
Cameron. He knows he's coming on later.
Bro, where is the mic? I can hear Derek and Christian, but now I can't hear me at all.
Okay.
Working on it.
So he is having technical difficulties. He thought he fixed it, and instead he made it worse.
No, I had fixed it, and then it disappeared.
It disappeared completely. It just went.
All right, let's see. And I like get connected to my freaking headphones right now for whatever reason. Which is what you do as a backup.
Yeah, this is the issue that we run into when we are just live instead of recording. Because we could have edited all this out, you know?
I know.
But hey, you guys get free entertainment. Unless you want to get 10 galaxies in the chat, go to tiktok.com/I do it cartoons. Click on the little live.
If you guys want to continue, it's LA Knight versus Carmelo Hayes.
All right, next up we had Carmelo Hayes and LA Knight. Yeah, so I thought this was a pretty good match, you know?
Yeah, it was real good. I think it was
LA Knight, you know,
best match of the night, probably.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're both 2 athletic dudes, and you know, you got one guy that's ready to be a mid-card champion, and you got one guy that says he's him, but you know, up and coming star. But yeah, it's a good match. And does that mean is LA Knight fighting Logan Paul this Saturday?
What?
It's not this Saturday. It's probably SummerSlam.
Not Money in the Bank.
Maybe.
Hello?
Hello?
I was checking. Newt said make the free special vid. What was that mean?
The what? The pre-special or free special?
He said free special vid.
What is this? What is the free special vid?
I don't know.
You see me and Christian kiss?
Or we can't give that away for free.
Because my first kiss went a little like this.
I don't know.
Mom, Uncle Dan's kissing me again.
I can't.
Well, what do you think Bleacher Report gave it?
I'm gonna say an A minus.
I'll say B plus.
I like how every time I tell Derek to like take control of the show, he talks about making out with you.
They gave it. They gave it a B.
Dang.
I
You
think
don't like that little humor in there? Can you guys hear Jordan now?
my only problem is I almost feel like they hear you twice, like there's an echo, but I guess we'll see.
All right, so here's the problem now that we're having. If you can hear Jordan, blink once. If you can hear me twice, blink twice. If you can't hear Jordan, blink 3 times.
That could be the same issue. But we got Tiffany Stratton runs into Nia Jax backstage. Thoughts?
I don't remember this.
This kind of reminds me of when Alexa and I were friends.
It doesn't remind me of that at all. I think we talked about this last week, actually.
Yeah, maybe.
But let me see. Then we got Meechin wants Nia to keep AJ Styles' name out her mouth. Yep.
You know, Meechin be defending the hell out of AJ, and I feel like AJ acts like she doesn't even exist.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about either. Because, like, is she in the group? Is she not in the group? As soon as she got in the group, that's when AJ stopped liking the group. It's like,
And then, like, she wasn't even at his fake retirement.
All right, after that, we got Bailey, Chelsea Green, Piper Niven segment. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. Out your effing mouth, Newt says. Who's his wife?
Is Meechin his wife?
Nia Jax? I don't know.
Meechin?
Meechin? This Keith Lee? I mean, I guess he's got a lot of free time lately, huh?
Like Newt's got a thing for the Asian ladies.
Yeah,
like my Australians, he's Asian.
No, I think he was just saying that line because you said Meechin wanted AJ to keep her name out of her mouth. Or AJ's name. You know what I'm saying?
Here's Will Smith in it.
Yeah. He was just making a callback.
All right. After that, we got Logan Paul basically denying this old man challenging him while he's at a Tetris tournament.
Bro, I might have missed the second half of SmackDown because I don't remember any of this.
Really?
Naomi Chelsea Green to keep her name out of her mouth. So I guess that was being thrown all around. All right. That's what Will Smith said when he slapped Chris Rock. No, I got the reference. I just wondered why it came up. Is somebody about to get slapped?
Hey, Newt, we got a bone to pick with you because you're on this show, but you weren't on Podcast Offs where we talk about sports you like.
Who's
to say he doesn't love wrestling now? Huh?
Yeah. What if he's the biggest WWE fan now? He watched every single episode of all time in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's why he missed Podcast Off. All right, we got The Bloodline with Paul Heyman versus Kevin Owens and the Street Profits with BFAB, 6-man tag. I actually don't remember who won this match. Oh, winner Kevin Owens and Street Profits via disqualification.
So
It was a fine match.
it was fine, but I just feel like it's just happening over and over. Like they're just redoing everything. They're just every week. It's like these 3 versus 3 people. Like it's the Bloodline versus Kevin Owens and the Street Profits every week for like the last month.
Yeah, and Randy kind of looking like a punk, man. Where's he at? Why is he ducking the smoke?
He's
Because
hurt,
he got
bro.
hurt during King of the Ring.
He's hurt.
Yeah, Gunther hurt him.
So
Hurt him. He's old. He's a family man.
King of the Ring, if you can't make it. Oh no.
Now we can't hear you.
Yeah. Well, I accidentally clicked the mute button, but it's because it was right next to the speaker. So when you guys spoke, it heard that. I get it now. As for this, I don't know what's going on with this mic. All right. Where are we at? Yeah. Oh, it gotta be. Sorry. was it the full grade? I don't know. I give SmackDown like a B minus.
I'd say C plus.
Yeah, I was
But
thinking
also-
C plus. It was an okay. I feel like the promos were better than the matches.
And we didn't even talk about it. The Cody Rhodes AJ Styles match will be an I Quit match.
Oh yeah. Oh,
That is interesting.
That'd be nice.
Did you see this run of Cody is like super familiar, like super similar to Cena's
Yeah.
run back to The Rock.
Michael was telling me that, even like with Brock and losing to The Rock and then coming back the next year and all
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is pretty funny. Even the Mark Henry fake retirement is part of the story.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
So
right, and
did John Cena lose the belt to Mark Henry that time?
I wish.
Well, that means Cody Rhodes is winning.
Probably. I don't think anybody thinks Cody's losing.
Yeah.
And B minus.
That's what they gave him?
Minus. It did. SmackDown as a whole got a B minus. All right. Now, is there news between SmackDown and Raw?
That Ricochet has denied re-signing his contract that is up at the end of this month.
I thought it was up yesterday.
All I seen was end of June.
But then why write him off now?
That's what they do.
Why do they want to put him in a storyline if he's gonna be gone?
Then why do any of this then?
Any of what?
This.
Because he's not gonna ever wrestle again before he leaves.
All right, well then, like, why do it now and not next week or the week after? Why you still got him?
Because what are they gonna do with him in between?
Get wrecked?
He's just gonna get wrecked every week instead of just one time.
I mean, he's been getting wrecked his whole career. But let's get to that. Oh crap! Clicked the wrong one. Why is it that picture?
You want to be the star so bad? You want to be the star?
Well, that was a bad peek there. All right, Clash or the go home for Clash, and it started with. Oh, hang on, this is the one that shows me the start. Oh, there we go. And we got Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre kicking off the show for the 20th episode in a row.
I mean, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was a good little back and forth, and then we got the challenge of him versus Finn. If he beats Finn, he gets the stipulation of Judgment Day barred from the match.
Newt asked, who would people want to join AEW?
No
Right now
one.
in the news, it's Ricochet. But I don't know. Who would benefit from going to AEW right now?
So I don't know if we should talk about this now or when the actual thing happens.
Ricochet?
Yeah.
No, just wait for that.
All right.
But One person. If you had to send one person to AEW, who are you sending?
Apollo Crews.
He would just be the same over there.
Yeah, Apollo Crews over there.
They
Um,
wouldn't push him.
No.
Oh, Newt said, why would people want to join AEW? But we're
Money.
still going to answer the first question. Yeah, money. Money and days off. This is tough.
I would say, it's like trying to think of someone that they want to just like waste.
I know, right?
What about like Otis?
Otis is getting over, bro.
He might soon. Yeah.
I'd say,
Chad Gable's contract coming up, but
I think he's got to resign.
yeah.
They can give him.
Man, this question is really stalling the WrestleCap, Newt. We might have to skip it.
He wasn't even asking that question. You like said.
No. He said who would people want to join AEW? Then corrected himself and said why. All right. There's no error here.
All right, I'll say. Honestly,
Jimmy, so.
Ricochet. I'm probably gonna say Ricochet.
I
Just like Baron
don't want to see
Corbin.
Ricochet there.
You what?
If Ricochet goes there, he'll be like Cesaro 2.0 and not do nothing.
I don't know, man.
He'll
I'll
have
get to
a
why.
great match with Will Ospreay, and then no one will talk about it, just like Daniel Bryan versus Will Ospreay after like 2 weeks.
Maybe. I mean, they're
And
gonna
they
throw.
already had their match. Sorry, good.
Yeah, but everyone always wants to see it again, and then.
And then they're disappointed and said it wasn't as good as the first time.
Honestly, I feel like Robert probably has the best idea for Ricochet, where he just kind of goes from organization to organization and doesn't sign exclusively with anyone.
Dolph Ziggler it.
Yeah. Or Matt Cardona it. Did you see he's been wrestling with a torn pec still?
No, I did not.
Yeah, he's been wrestling all summer with a torn pec. And he's like, I found a way to do it safely, and I'll be making my triumphant return soon, or something like that.
You're like, what return? You're still wrestling.
I mean, I'm guessing he's insinuating he'll be gone for a little bit now, but yeah, he would like
Newt
wrestle
said-
with like one arm like up.
Newt said send the New Day to AEW.
No way.
Oh. New Day's WWE for life, brother.
But that would get the party all on one show again, or one company again.
Wait, Big E left?
No, the party.
Who's the party?
That's Adam Cole, Xavier Woods, Tyler Breeze, and Cesaro.
Isn't Tyler Breeze re-signed with WWE technically?
I think he's like an ambassador.
Oh.
But I don't know. I think he's like an ambassador the same way Jessamine Duke is. Like they just work for them freelance style or something, you know. But yeah, sorry, dude, I can't think of anybody. Jimmy Uso is the only name I said. All right. Oh wait, wrong one. Did we even talk about the promo? Oh yeah, we did. We got Io Sky with Damage Control versus Lyra Valkyria, and then it ended with those two girls coming out for the save. I can't think of their names. Katana Chance and the other girl.
That was a bad match, to be honest. I liked it.
Yeah, I think every time these two wrestle, it's a good match.
Yeah, there's a lot
The
of
after
actions.
stuff is weird.
Yeah, it doesn't really. I mean, the damage control thing, it works, but like, who's that tag team?
Who's that? I mean, that's who they beat to win the tag titles the first time. Or was that the only time? That's who they beat for the titles, though. What is their name? Jesus Christ, it's gonna make me so mad. Dude, did Bleach Report not even mention it either?
Well, speaking of Io Sky, did you see she's gonna go wrestle a Japan match?
That's cool.
Like something called like Marigold Wrestling. It's like a all women's wrestling in Japan. And I guess there's a girl there named Haya Shishita. And after her match, Io Sky like came on the screen and challenged her to their next big pay-per-view, I guess. I guess it's like a dream match in Japan.
That is cool. It's like when Shinsuke wrestled what's his name last year or 2 years ago. But it was Caden Carter and Katana Chance. I cannot remember what their team name is though. So
Yeah, I don't even know who they are.
I thought it was funny though when they ran out and they just kept like shaking their head at Damage Control. I was like, all right, we get it.
Yeah, I'm not huge on them. They lack so much personality.
I think, oh yeah, big time. But I think Katana Chance is like the best cruiserweight woman right now.
Really?
She can do some
Better than
cool
Io?
stuff. Yeah, dude, she can do like a 450.
I guess.
What do you mean you can guess? She can.
Or
She's like the
Kyrie
John
Jane.
Morrison of women.
Alright, but I feel like Gregory Helms was a better cruiserweight than Billy Kidman, but Billy Kidman could do a shooting star press.
What cruiserweight stuff was Gregory Helms doing?
What do you mean? He was the cruiserweight champ for like almost 2 years.
So, are you implying cruiserweight style is just being small?
He was
'Cause
he was cruiserweight champion.
All right, he was cruiserweight champion wrestling like Edge or like Christian. He wasn't like
No, he wasn't. He had a feud with Ray Chavo and
Yes,
freaking
yes,
Jamie Noble.
He was feuding with the cruiserweights, but he wasn't doing
He
cruiserweight stuff.
he was wrestling like.
Yeah, he was wrestling like Edge.
His wrestling style was like Edge and Christian.
I mean, cruiserweight is literally a weight, so yes, it is just being a small guy.
All right, so if I said Booker T wrestles like a diva, you wouldn't picture it like how divas wrestle.
What is that? No, what do you mean? I would imagine Booker T wrecking her.
I didn't say wrestling a diva. I said wrestling like a diva.
Okay, but they're not wrestling like a cruiserweight. They're having a cruiserweight match because that's their weight.
Cruiserweight style, though. You're like ignoring.
Not every cruiserweight wrestles the same.
Most cruiserweights do the
So
high spot.
when T.J. Perkins and what the hell is his name, Austin Aries faced, you tell me they had the same style
When did they face?
in the Cruiserweight Classic.
What are you getting at here? I don't know.
They wrestled completely different. Austin Aries doesn't do crazy spinning stuff, and
I didn't say every cruiserweight does cruiserweight stuff. Just cruiserweight has a style.
what is the difference between Gregory Helms style and Austin Aries style?
Because you're naming like the outliers where like for every one person you name, I can name like 10 people who do high flying, high spot stuff.
He's saying like Rey Mysterio is a cruiserweight style. And
What?
then you're naming the people that don't do that are in cruiserweight division. He's saying
That's
style,
I'm saying. There's many guys I can make an example. Eddie Guerrero, the only high flying thing he did was a frog splash.
Okay, but the cruiserweight style is a high flying style. You see the smaller guys.
That's not true.
The cruiserweight style is just more fast paced.
Eddie Guerrero did a lot more than just a frog splash.
He wasn't doing 1080s and backflips and shit.
That doesn't make you a cruiserweight either, but he did stuff.
The only thing that makes you a cruiserweight is your weight.
No.
That's what a cruiserweight is. What are you talking about?
If I type in cruiserweight style, you think it's just going to pull up guys doing power bombs and stuff?
No, it's going to show fast-paced matches.
High-flying stuff.
But not everybody who high flies is a cruiserweight.
Even you just said fast.
So is Jeff Hardy a cruiserweight?
Even you just said.
Is Jeff Hardy a cruiserweight?
Can I finish?
Wasn't he?
You just said fast pace. What was fast paced about Gregory Helms? Drew Gulak. Nothing.
What do you mean? So then,
they did nothing.
Why are they considered cruiserweights then?
They're cruiserweight in the division sense, but he's talking about a style of wrestling.
Exactly.
I feel like the style of wrestling he's talking about is lucha.
No, because like you said, and yes, Jeff Hardy was a cruiserweight, and he did
That
the
dude weighed like
cruiserweight stuff.
250 pounds.
He did not always weigh that much.
Yeah, when we were younger and him and Matt Hardy were like actually tag teaming, they were both pretty small.
They weren't small as guys like Gregory Helms and shit.
Like Matt
What do you
Hardy
mean?
was a cruiserweight.
I think they were the same size as Gregory Helms.
Gregory
Bro,
Helms
Jeff
is
Hardy-
smaller than you remember.
Maybe.
He was thicker than Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Anyways,
No Diddy.
we got Dominic. Dominic wasn't out there with the Judgment Day in the opening segment, and when they went back there, he reveals Liv left the card to her hotel room.
Didn't we skip the actual promo where that happened?
No,
Yes.
we're talking about it right now.
No,
Yeah,
like
so-
Dom and Liv face to face, and they showed her give him the card
Oh, I definitely missed that part then.
because she had a pretty cold line. She said, "You need a girl that's not going to force you to call her mommy. You need a girl who won't be afraid to call you daddy."
That's funny.
Bro, they just keep making Liv hotter and hotter. It is wild.
You know her last name is Daddy.
Daddy-O.
Same thing.
Yeah, that was a. Did we see Finn swipe the card?
Wait, that was later.
Oh, was it?
But yeah, it was. Because this ended when Carlito said, "That's cool."
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, Finn's
He's
that's
like,
not cool. That's not cool.
yeah. He's like, she gave you the hotel key. Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad they're bringing that back.
Yeah. What kid are you talking about, dude? Are you seeing Ghost? Sam Darnold?
Kid?
The Miz asked Sammy if he's seen R-Truth.
I don't
Yes, a couple
remember that.
people. He asked the Miz. I mean, he asked Sammy, and then he asked the two girls, Sonya and Natalia, and then he found Truth coming out of a closet with red lights.
No Diddy.
It was actually Scarlett who gave him his reading that the tag titles are on the line tonight against APA.
Yes.
APA?
Against APA.
AOP?
No, but
No.
he said APA.
R-Truth said it was
Oh, okay. Yeah, I missed this like whole segment, I guess.
against APA. Yeah, that is a pretty funny segment. And he's like, it's in the stars. We have
Rob, I don't know if Robert's dating back to the cruiserweight thing. I'm not saying there aren't cruiserweights who don't do high fly stuff, but I'm saying if you look up cruiserweight style, it is going to have a lot of high spots.
But
What is
that's
high
just
High stuff.
searching cruiserweight style is just like, yeah, that's a generalization, but there's no actual cruiserweight style of wrestling.
All right. When you picture heavyweight fights in the UFC, are you not thinking knockouts?
I mean, yeah.
All right. So when you picture cruiserweight, you picture high spots, high flying.
I just think of like way faster pace, just like lighter weights in the UFC.
All right. But the same way you were picking at it, there's a lot of cruiserweights who don't go at a high pace, like Gregory Helms, like a Drew Gulak, like Chavo. Same
But
thing.
I've seen them. They can go at a high pace.
All right. They can do flippy stuff, but they don't do it.
Okay, but that goes back to my first point that cruiserweight is just a weight class.
All right. Heavyweight is just a weight class, but they still do it differently. A heavyweight fight is not the same as a bantamweight fight.
There's tons of heavyweights fight way different.
All right, but you're still the whole mass media is projecting, or when they're picturing knockouts. Whereas it's a bantamweight fight, you're picturing like points, submissions.
I don't think so.
You're expecting a knockout in a bantamweight fight.
Bro,
So,
TJ
to go
Dillashaw and
back-
Cody Garbrandt were like knocking everybody out.
All right, wait. To go back on my point, so this R-Truth and Miz situation. So R-Truth comes out of the closet and he's like, I just got my fortune told. And then he's like, what? And so the Miz is like, what are you talking about? And he's like, we have a tag team titles match tonight. The Miz is like, tonight? And he's like, it was just a fortune, right? And he's like, yeah, we're facing ADP, right? That's what he said. APA. And the Miz is like, we can't fight APA. And he's like, no, that's who we're fighting. Don't be scared, Miz. And he's like, wait, so it's just a fortune teller? All right, so it's not set in stone. And he's like, oh, it's set in stone. Our destiny's in the stars. And then Scarlett walks up and goes, thanks for letting me do your reading. And R-Truth's like, the pleasure's all mine. And then she gives Miz a card and says, here's your reading, Miz, and walks away. And then the Miz said, it's the death card. And R-Truth goes, hey, mine was the death card too. We're going to die tonight. And walks off.
What the fuck?
I like how you had the whole segment like memorized.
I know, and you said, to my point, and then just recited the whole thing.
I was trying to stop the fucking argument.
It wasn't an argument; it's a debate.
Bro, we have like an hour of us doing our list tonight because you guys are like doing the rest of yours, aren't you?
I thought we were just going to 10. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, so we have 40 people, and that last one took an hour, so we got a chop here.
All right, we got a Ludwig Kaiser promo that I skipped through. I'm not gonna lie.
I also skipped through it.
I seen highlights of it. It seemed all right, but same thing.
Oh, I didn't skip through it. This is where I like dozed off for a second. I just don't really like his promo. He's like, everybody tries to say Gunther, or I'm just Gunther's backup man, and it's just not for me.
No, there was no kid behind me, bro. What are you talking about? But it was just one of those promos where you knew where he was going to say, like Derek was saying. There was no point of watching it.
Yeah.
But that led to, I guess, Braun Strowman wasn't written off TV. Braun Strowman and the LWO with Zelina Vega versus Carlito and the Judgment Day. Why is Carlito part of the Judgment Day? Huh? In a 6-man tag match.
Was this a good match?
I thought it was cool.
I fell asleep. That's where I fell asleep for the day.
The ending was a little funny with so you missed the Ricochet stuff? So the ending was a little funny where Braun like had the most Hulk Hogan moment I've ever seen. Where he's like, come on, gets tagged and does all the Hulk Hogan stuff basically.
Did they win Braun and LPD or whatever?
Huh?
Did they win Braun and them?
Yeah, they won.
Figures.
But yeah, it was a cool match. We got Liv coming out and getting knocked off the side by Zelina Vega right into Dom's lap.
Yeah, I was gonna say she was like riding him, bro, like for real.
She kind of like started straddling the man before
She was like,
Zelina.
she like put her hands like on his neck and stuff. I was like, bro, this is not. We're definitely out of the PG era.
Okay, wait. So going back, Dom swore that he did not take the card, and the card was gone. So did Liv come back and get the card? And then when that moment happened, where she got knocked off, did she slide it back in his jacket?
No, I think he was just lying at first.
I don't know, man. That would be cool if that's the way it went. But after that, I think. Oh wait, yeah. Anything on the match itself?
Yeah, it was fun. I'd say B-.
I'm thinking just B. Derek didn't watch, so his opinion doesn't matter. Hey, there you go, Derek.
On the floor too.
Look, she even has like her legs wrapped under his legs. B+.
Okay.
Bleacher Report, a bunch of horny bastards.
I'm just gonna leave it there. But we got an Ilya Dragunov promo.
Oh, I don't remember this.
Yeah, I don't really remember what he said.
A bunch of hoorah, I'm crazy, monster man.
But then it ended with Ricochet saying he's got his back against Braun Breaker.
Okay.
Then we got the Sami Zayn and Chad Gable segment.
I saw that.
And I'm sorry, man. I just can't get behind Sammy on this one, man. I just can't.
Especially Otis had some good points because he was like, Sammy was like, I just don't understand why you're doing this. He's like, I had my reasons with the bloodline, but I can't fathom any reasons you had. He's like, hey man, I had it all one time. I had the money in the bank. I had my peach, talking about Mandy Rose. He's like, and I lost it all. My
He
Tucker
brought
or
up
whatever.
Tucker too,
Yeah. He's like, I lost it all. And Chad Gable was the only one there for me. He's my brother. I was like, damn. It got real.
Yeah.
And he said he gave him a family too with his sister.
I mean, if I fumbled Mandy Rose, I'd probably be pretty sad too.
And he fumbled Mandy Rose right into Maxine, dude.
That is also true. But his sister zoned her, bro.
Yeah, but I don't like the. Why do they keep walking her down like that? You know?
Yeah.
But Newt gave Liv an A plus. Can't blame that.
Just
And then no, he just said I give it an A plus, but I'm assuming he was talking about that. And then we got Chad beating Sammy up from the back.
Why would you say it like that?
Because I wanted to. And then slapped Otis a couple times, and then Otis wrecks Sammy for whatever reason, and then gives the face-to-face to Chad. So
it looked like Otis was going for Chad, and Chad moved out of the way.
All right, but you can only be so mad because he definitely splashed him. Then he definitely seen it with Sammy. Still decided to give him the world's strongest lip.
Yeah.
You know,
he had to get his anger out somewhere.
Yes.
Do you think Clash of the Castle is going to be where he turns on Chad?
I hope not, because I want Chad to win the title.
I was gonna say it's tough to say because either like something big's happening, and it's either Chad winning or Otis turning.
Or both at the same time?
Unless he goes for Chad and accidentally hits Sammy, that's the only way they can like do that.
I think that's how the match will end.
Yeah.
Or he beats them both up and then drags Chad over Sammy and then gets the
Kind
pin
of
that way.
kind of like Kane did when Kane beat the hell out of Seth and then like put his body over. I think it was Randy.
And then it starts the feud between Chad and Otis.
Was it Randy or was it Dean?
Oh yeah, you're right. It was Dean.
All right. All in all, wait. Let's see if what's nice. See if what's cool. Yeah, it's probably grouped in here. Then we got Sammy versus Otis. Oh no, so we had the match going before. No, it was after. Otis was thrashing Sammy, dude.
Yeah,
it was.
With the match, I'd probably give it like a B. It wasn't as good as the last 2 weeks, in my opinion.
I think with Otis's promo, I'd give it a B plus.
Well, let's see. A.
Okay.
So they did give last week an A plus, so they also agree this wasn't as good.
Yeah.
I'll hang my hat on that at least. All right. What did we get after that? Oh yeah, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, and the Unholy Union. That's what they're called.
I guess.
All right. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Just more setting up the triple threat.
I don't remember a Jey Uso vignette. Sorry, go ahead.
I skipped that whole match because I was like, oh, I'll watch as much as I can the podcast, and I skipped the entire match.
And Cody will be on NXT tonight, I guess.
Cody?
That's what it says. Cody Rhodes will be paying a visit to NXT tomorrow night, which is today.
What? That's weird.
But yeah. I guess it was fine. Shayna was choking the hell out of Alba Fire though. Or Alba, is that her name? Alba Fire?
Yeah, it's Alba Fire and Isla Dawn.
Yeah, she was choking the hell out of her for a minute. That's why I think it's weird. It's like a triple threat match because these two definitely did not look so good at the
Right.
end of it.
I think they're just in there to take the pin, probably.
I guess, but why do these two need protecting?
That is also true. Shayna just. Oh yeah, that we don't have enough time to talk about that, but I forgot that NXT happened this weekend.
Oh, yeah, we got the first North American Women's Champion or something like that.
Yeah, but Shayna lost to Lola Vice in a underground match, which was like more MMA style. So yeah, she doesn't really need protecting if she's losing that.
I remember Raw Underground, sir.
Would it? It's NXT Underground now.
All right. Yeah, I give it like a C plus.
See,
Yeah, I skipped over this match.
Is she trying to be Lita?
I don't know.
Dude, this is straight up Lita's wardrobe. Just like have the thong come up right there. D. Dig.
Wow, they said fuck that.
All right, let's see. After that, then we got the Braun Breaker vignette. Then we got Damian Priest tells Dominic Mysterio to put a foot down.
Is that when Finn grabs it?
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
think so.
I would think it is, but it doesn't mention it at all, so it makes me think no. But
I don't
I
think
guess we
there's
can
a.
talk about it now.
Well, because do you think Finn took it so Dom won it, or do you think Finn's trying to smash?
That'd be funny if that's why Finn took it, but
Bro, I seen the funniest tweet ever. Someone said, someone said Finn and JD leaving Liv's room, and it was fucking Xavier Wood and Brad Maddox.
It was Xavier Woods and what?
Brad Maddox.
let's not dive into that. Unlike Xavier Woods and Brad Maddox. All right, then we got, in my opinion, the highlight of Raw: Braun Breaker versus Ilya Dragunov. This was a good match.
That match
Huh?
was really
I don't know if I could say it was better than the match last week between Braun and Ricochet, though. I don't know. It's close.
Yeah, it was close, but it was good, and I feel
Now,
like
Ilya. Sorry, good.
I was just gonna say I feel like Braun, they're doing the right stuff. Like he's gaining traction. He's looking unstoppable. It's the right way to do it.
Ilya was getting some stuff in, though, man. When he gave him the elbow, I didn't think he was going to win the match there because, they're definitely trying to make Braun that dude. But I thought Braun was going to escape by, like, his hand being under the rope or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they let Ilya get some good offense in because Ilya's good too. I don't want them to just bury him. Yeah.
What were you saying, Derek?
I said, yeah, I like how they both like hit their finishers and then like just rolled out of the ring slowly because the other like the guy who hit their finishers too hurt to just cover right away. That was
Yeah.
funny.
If Braun. Sorry, go ahead.
Them spears are vicious though.
That's what I was about to say. If he wants to claim that top spear spot, he's going to have to stop, like, slowing down and put his head on the other side. That's why Goldberg has a better spear as a
Either
fighter.
way, his spear is measured.
It's good. It is good.
And when he does like the run on the rope back and forth and then hit him, it's God.
He runs them ropes hard, man. It's crazy.
Like
But,
that's gotta hurt. No matter if it's fake or that's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
I don't know if this is including the after stuff, but I'm giving this match an A.
Yeah, I'll give it an A also.
And it got that A. All right. Now, this is when Ricochet came out to save him, like he said. Also, like we said, he didn't re-sign his contract apparently, but he did throw in, "This will continue after this." I don't know if that was a hint that he's coming back or at some point or something. But Braun destroyed this man. He was killing him so bad, he started making Ricochet do his bark. I don't know what that was. He got hit like one time, and he's like, "Oh." Dude, when he threw him into the truck and Ricochet like splat on the ground, I was like, "Oh man!" Even watching the replay, I was like, "Dude, there's no way that didn't hurt."
Yeah.
When did all that take place?
Right after the match, no. So Ricochet fought him off, and then after the commercial, he was like helping him to the medical room, I'm assuming, and then Braun came in, speared the hell out of Ilya. Ricochet started whooping him, and then Braun's just too strong and picked him up and like slammed him. And then he started throwing him into everything. He threw him into the truck, and then he capped it off by giving him the Dominator onto a car off of like a ladder.
Yeah.
I missed all of that.
That's saying, man.
I thought it went straight from that to the Miz and R-Truth coming out.
No, dude, you gotta see some of this stuff.
Yeah, he was wrecking him. And then like Samantha Irvin like threw all her stuff down, just like ran back there. So then like the rest of the night, Pat McAfee was like
you hide the chat?
announcing.
Hide the chat? Sure.
On the stream, yeah.
Hold on. Before, I'm not gonna play the whole thing because I don't want to get a copyright. But I was watching some video and he was talking about how Ricochet's not gonna resign his stage or something like that. And he was like, "This man's really gonna leave sexy ass Samantha Irvin." He's like, "What does he buy or something?" But all right, yeah. So like I was saying, he was helping him, and this is what Braun gave him the spear, right? And they're fighting. I think this is it right here. No, this is when Braun takes control back. Right? You can see it, right? Oh, I forgot to hide the chat. My bad.
No, you're good. I was. Don't do it. Put the chat back up.
All right.
It might give us less of a chance of getting the CR.
Well, as long as I like don't play the whole thing, we should be good.
Yeah, maybe.
Now the chat don't want to pop back. Oh, I think it's gonna refresh because I hit it. But all right. You got to see that splat, man. I don't know if you can hear it, but dude, it was so bad. All right, yeah, here it is. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, this isn't Madden, dude. This is like legit concrete. One more time for those at home.
How long did this last?
Oh, see, and like his leg caught on his shoulder. How long did it last? It was probably like a good 3-minute beatdown. I don't know where the slow down button is. Dang.
Top right settings. That little settings.
You mean bottom right?
No, top right.
No, it's right here.
Oh.
Oh yeah. See, check out how his leg like catches on his shoulder.
At least his head didn't hit, you know?
Yeah. But like I like cringe every time I see that, dude. It's so bad. Yep. So there's that.
Why did they do all this if he's just leaving?
That's what I'm saying, right? It makes me think he's coming back. Jay Villa in here. What's goof? What's good? It's good, bro. We're watching Ricochet get thrashed. But yeah, this is how he capped it off.
Bro, this is like 2007-esque stuff.
I know, right? And it's like, you know, people always do like their dream match scenarios. I like, no, it's not cool right now to say his name. But man, this dude against the next big thing, Brock, would have been so cool, bro. They're like genetic freaks.
I mean, him versus John Cena back in 2010 would be a match.
That'd be cool too.
Like, could you imagine like how John Cena had like the backstage matches with CM Punk and stuff? Braun Breaker and John Cena doing something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, so Ricochet got thrashed. Now, is this the last time we see the boy?
I hope not. This. They need to continue this out for a little bit.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like this was so good. This is like the most interested I've been in Ricochet. His like whole main thing. What do I call it? Yeah,
Maybe
main brand road.
maybe this was just like a planned leak, and then he's actually gonna re-sign behind doors and like return.
I hope so, because that.
Where does he go though? If he resigns, where does he go after this? Because he's just gonna get his ass beat.
Well, Will Ospreay's been like putting out the teases that him and Ricochet will run it back in AEW.
No. If he resigns,
if he
what's his
resigns?
what's his next story? Because like,
I think it's turning heel.
Oh,
Turning heel and whooping Ilya because Ilya just let this happen.
true. Are they going to ever push him to win like at least a mid-major card or a mid-major belt?
He's been IC champ. The thing is, he never won the NXT title, right? And then he's never won I think he's only won the IC title.
He was North American champ.
Yeah, I meant on the main roster.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think he's has he ever been tag champ even in NXT?
No.
Yeah, so his only main roster run is with the IC belt, and then like Christian said, he had the North American belt.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you do? Like, if you're Ricochet and you're about to have this amazing storyline, how do you convince yourself to stay if you know, like, this is my peak?
Like I said, I think he turns heel. See, that's the thing, though. Do you throw him into the IC run against Chad or Otis, whoever could be that champ? Because that seems like they need a little short title run, like 3 to 4 months or something, before they drop it, and they haven't even got it yet. So
Yeah,
I mean, I
do
wish.
this when belts like switched hands more often than they do now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wait, hold on. And he's the speed champion.
yeah,
Actually, Andrade is.
Oh, Andrade is now?
Yeah.
All right, but that's a belt he had.
But I don't know. I wish the stigma that you have to be some sort of champion to be successful would go away, because Shawn Michaels didn't win a world title after 2002, but yeah, he still had one of the best runs we've ever seen.
Did he really not?
Nope.
Yeah. He won some tag titles.
Yeah, a
That's
couple times.
crazy. You look at him and think that he was champion like multiple times.
Well,
That's
prior to coming back.
No, like even from like 2002 to 2010.
That's just how good he was. Like you could be in that conversation by just having good matches and doing good stories. You don't have to be the champ.
Because I was all. But there's the thing, though, right? You don't have to be the champ, but you gotta at least get title match. And Ricochet's only like world title match was against Brock like 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Sean constantly got matches at least. You know what I mean? You got to at least get there. But Robert said Ricochet was U.S. champion. I don't remember that. It must have been the old like U.S. title.
Yeah, it must have been.
But yeah, anything else here?
No.
I mean, if we're predicting what I think's gonna happen, I think Tony Khan's gonna throw the bag at him. He's gonna take it, go wrestle Ospreay. I don't know what he does after that. I think he's gonna debut in AEW at Wembley.
That would be a nice debut, but I don't know. That's a lot of bag throwing Tony's doing.
You know, if he does stay, I want them to go back to his old song, because his old song was tight.
I would hate his new song, but I do agree with you. The old song was better, and it had Triple H doing the open.
Yeah.
That all though?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if Bleacher Report graded that, but if they did, that's an A+ moment right there. Nope. We got Awesome Truth versus AOP. Fine match. I'd give it like a B.
Yeah, this is where I stopped watching. Well, couldn't continue watching because we had to do the podcast. So I don't know any matches after this. I'm gonna go use the bathroom on that note.
Christian, you want to let Cameron know like 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
Yeah, he's already been messaging me.
Oh, sick. All right, and I can't remember how this match ended. Oh yeah, the New Day came out, and yeah, I'm actually liking Karrion Cross's run right here with the story he's telling. I know that sounds crazy coming out of my mouth, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I
It's actually
agree. This is definitely the most viable him and his group have been. So
he even sounds good on the mic, you know, or not the mic, I guess backstage because he doesn't get mic time.
yeah, he hasn't
Her
got
right
mic
here
time
though.
since Adam Cole cooked him on the mic.
Her right here though. Little cringe in the 2 talking segments she had on this
Yeah,
episode. I'm
she
coming.
tries too hard to be like, "Oh, I'm creepy and mystic." Like, just talk.
Hey, Cameron giving a shout out to his favorite wrestler, MVP, in the chat. He won the U.S. title from Joe in 2019. That does sound familiar now.
It's hard to even remember Ricochet's been on the main roster that long.
I know.
Because we seen him versus Gargano for the North American Championship in 2019, right?
Was that 2019?
I'm pretty
Dang.
sure. Yeah, Rumble,
But
2019 Rumble.
that was also the time they were like experimenting with all them guys coming up. Like DIY had like 2 Raw matches randomly. Ricochet was like back and forth, and Pete Dunne came out and like beat Tozawa, and then like never came back.
Yeah,
It was a time. This match though, B minus.
yeah, I'd say. Yeah, I'm fine with the B minus.
Oh, he did also confirm that he wants Woods in the group, so that would be funny.
It'd be like when
And
Daniel Bryan joined the Wyatts.
for 1 week,
Yeah.
you know, C minus. That's like
Wow.
something. Yeah, that's something so like funny in wrestling history though, and they make it seem like that was a big moment. It was literally 1 week, and like he had like a house show or 2 appearances.
Yeah.
All right, and then I believe it's the main event time: Drew McIntyre versus Finn Balor. And you know, it was a cool match. These two, that's a dude. That is a sick picture. I'm sorry, it just caught me off guard.
Of them like all standing over the rec table.
No, this one right here.
Oh, whoa.
Right? This
That
would
is
be like my profile picture or my background picture if I was Drew.
right.
It was a good match, and I didn't know that stipulation thing was part of it, so that's interesting. There's no way they follow that, right?
I mean, I think they do. I think that's how Drew wins it.
I mean, it's Clash at the Castle, though. Like, this is like what? It's not a year to the date exactly, but remember last year he had it, and then Solo pulled him out of the ring. You got to recreate that moment.
I mean, is it Rhea returning maybe?
Rhea returning. Oh, she pulls him out of the ring.
Yeah.
That would be funny. I don't know. I think Drew gets the job done. Or I guess let's talk about the match. What do you give the match? I'd say like a B plus,
I'd say a flat B.
flat B. Bro, this picture right here. Talk about Diddy, man. What is that? Do you see that?
Can't really see it.
Like the play button's in the way, but it has like Braun like hulking up Ilya's legs as he's laying on the table.
Yeah.
That is not a good picture. Yes, it was. I don't know, Rob. Yes, what was? Oh, 2019, the Rumble.
Yeah.
They gave it a B plus. What's up? All right. I guess just real quick. Oh, Pat McAfee filled in for Samantha Irvin on ring announcing.
You didn't see that?
I'm so used to just skipping the entrances. No. But yeah, I guess so. We both have Drew winning.
Yeah.
All right. I guess that's all. 2 days. Is it this Saturday?
Yeah.
I also
Streaming?
have Drew winning.
Derek Scott Drew winning. Streaming that one? I will be available.
I won't.
would try. I don't have my computer though, so it's hard because I'll just have to be on my phone.
Christian won't.
Yeah, we'll be
So we'll see.
driving to New Mexico.
I have a nice connection in New Mexico. You want to stay at my old boss's house?
Is it in Roswell?
Oh, no. I went to Roswell like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Are you
It was
fixing?
cool.
Are you fixing the cameras for this last part?
I will in a second, yeah. They definitely overplay the alien stuff, though. It's like every corner you go to.
I mean,
Boom!
that's basically why people go there.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say that's
but-
the whole reason we're going.
It is, but it's like touristy now. You know what I mean? Like the whole alien aspect of it is just it's not cool anymore. You know what I mean? Where is
No, I don't know.
How many hours is that?
it?
6.
Is the drive?
6.
Man, I can never find the green screen when I need it. It's like if you went to Paris, right? And every store had the Eiffel Tower in it, you know?
I mean, it's probably pretty close. Latila said a lot of them did.
Did they?
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, man, I got to get like my 30th green screen background. All right, here we go. Who wants to start it off?
I started last week.
Did you?
Yeah.
What number are we on?
You should be on 40.
Okay.
Dang, what did I just drop? Oh, yeah, I remember how I did it. Oops.
We're doing 40 to what?
To 31.
Alrighty.
There we go. Oops. Dang it. There we go. Anything.
Are we ready?
I am ready.
Okay,
Are
so
you
my
ready, Chad? Sorry.
my 40 is Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. He's one of the best in-ring performers, and he's arguably the best IC champ of all time, at least one of them. Anybody got anything to say?
Who was it again?
Kurt Hennig.
I'm surprised you had him so low this time. I think you had him higher last year, right?
I didn't get to do him
his
last year.
Oh.
I thought people were going to be like, "Oh my God, you made such a big deal about him not being in the Hall of Fame." And I'm like, "Yeah, but that was also because we had Big Show and Christian in first ballot."
Right. I mean, I thought he would make your top 30, but fair. I'm not the
Yeah.
biggest fan, but he was good.
I thought he was going to be higher on your list, but I'm not going to say too much because I got him coming up later, but he definitely would have been my favorite in the 80s.
He was going to be higher, but the more I went through the list, I was like, can't really
Yeah.
put him above these other people.
I don't know who he is.
Wow.
You don't know who Mr. Perfect is?
Oh. Not really, no.
Oh.
I mean,
No,
I know
don't.
the name Mr. Perfect, but I don't know Kurt Hennig, the name.
His son is a wrestler.
Who is it?
You loved him. He's still in the 2015 Royal Rumble.
Who is it?
Why did you say he loved him?
Because he
You
used to
loved
talk
him.
about Michael McGillicuddy all the time.
Michael
Did he?
McGillicuddy? I do not remember that guy.
Curtis Axel.
Oh, I hated Curtis Axel.
Bro, when he was Michael McGillicuddy, you'd pick him on the WWE game all the time.
Probably just because of his name. That's a funny ass name, bro. McGillicuddy, bro.
All right,
I do not
39.
remember him.
39, I had Lita. Rewatching it, I almost didn't put her on the list because she's so cringy. But I have to give her respect. She was like the first woman wrestler to like be doing the shit that like the men were doing, like backflips and hurricanranas and stuff like that. So I'll give her respect and put her on there.
And Eddie Guerrero powerbombed her harder than he's ever powerbombed anybody.
Oh yeah, that was pretty bad.
It was probably easy. She was like 100 pounds, and he would just pick it up.
I mean, still, you would think he would take it easy on her because she's a woman, but he just went.
Well, me and Christian just watched one. Who did Eddie powerbomb like crazy? And it was actually a pretty big dude. We were like, damn.
It was RVD, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was RVD. He powerbombed the shit out of RVD. We were like, damn.
Yeah, RVD just like hit the mat, no bounce or nothing. It was just flat, bam. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, pretty sure you knocked the air out of him.
All right, Christian, here's your time to disrespectfully trash Lita like you've been doing.
All I said was I never thought she was that good. She was just kind of attractive. I think that's the only reason why people liked her back then. But her latest run, she was not good. I don't care what you say. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say.
She was just the mouth of some wrestlers.
Of Edge.
Lita?
Yeah, but not like talking. She was just the mouth.
I was gonna say she was not a good promo at all.
Yeah, as soon as she started talking, it makes you want to mute the TV.
Right.
We moving on?
Yep.
I'm ready.
38, I got Ric Flair.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not think he was making your list at all.
Watching it again gave me a little bit more respect for him, because even when he was old, he could wrestle. He sold his ass off. He's probably the best seller, period. Even against people that, like, I mean, Brock Lesnar's a rookie, but Ric Flair was selling like crazy for him. So that means that, you know, Ric Flair, at least back then, wasn't a selfish piece of garbage like Hulk Hogan or anything like that. His promos are good. The reason why I have him so low is because I was never that big a fan of him. But I do recognize what he did for the business, so I put him on the list.
Alright.
I'll say if I was an 80s kid, I think Rick would have been my second favorite. But since I grew up in the time I did, he's like ingrained in my mind as that old dude. I take it like if my like niece and nephew watched wrestling, that's how Chris Jericho would look to them, like Ric Flair does to me. And but yeah, no, he was pretty good, and he was always funny.
Yeah, I feel like the older I get, the more I appreciate like actual good wrestling and good promos.
No one made you like more excited for somebody getting thrown out of the like ring as a manager than when Rick got ejected, because no one sold it any better than him. He'd like be ripping his jacket off and stuff.
Yeah.
It was good.
His promos were pretty funny. Like his promos when he was gonna fight Vince at was it WrestleMania?
Yeah, no, it was Backlash, I believe.
Yeah, they were actually pretty funny.
So I gave Rick honorable mention, but I ain't mad at it.
So we're moving on to the next one.
Yep.
All right, 37. I have Charlotte Flair.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't expect either of them to make your list.
I'm a little surprised too.
As you can tell by the reactions, it's no surprise that I do not like Charlotte Flair. But again, she's like one of the first women that like was actually good in the ring on like close to like Bret Hart and stuff. Like she could wrestle. Her promos aren't bad, I guess. They're not great, but just what she has done for modern days women's wrestling, I have to put her on the list.
I mean, I will agree. I think she's probably skill-wise the best women's wrestler we've seen. But yeah, I didn't expect her to make your list like at all.
Yeah.
Greatest wise, she's definitely probably number one. Like wrestling wise, she's definitely like top 10. Favorites wise, she's not making my top 50 women of all time.
Favorite now.
Yeah, favorites list. She's not making.
All right, 36.
All right. Yep. 36. I have Kevin Nash.
Boo.
I mean,
I feel like he's had the opposite effect on me that Rick had on you. I feel like the more we watch, the more I'm like, I don't know.
to be fair, the run that we're watching now sucks, but he got hurt.
Yeah, I mean,
But he
even
was like, he's kind of a piece of shit behind the scenes. But he was like the first big guy that could go, like he could wrestle.
yeah,
He's not like fantastic like Shawn Michaels or anything, but he was an okay wrestler, especially for his size. Like if you watch him compared to like Big Show, Andre the Giant, he was way better than they are. And his promos are also way better than all of theirs, by far. He was a pretty good talker on the mic.
You think he was a way better wrestler than the Big Show?
Yeah, by far. Like I was watching some of his highlights the other day. Can't remember what video I was watching, but they were showing his stuff. He's a better wrestler than Big Show. Big Show could barely move, dude. Like at WCW, he was okay before he got extremely overweight, but yeah, Big Show sucks.
He could do a top rope drop kick though, man.
Barely.
well, I don't know. Kevin Nash, I remember kind of liking him as a kid, but also hating him because he always screwed over like Goldberg and Diamond Dallas Page. But I feel like I was really rooting for him when he came back and like faced Triple H. But I think that was just because I was still living in that WCW mind.
I mean, well, also if you hear like about some of the stories that were misconstrued about Kevin Nash, like him hurting the Big Show and like what was the other? Oh, him screwing over Goldberg or whatever. Kevin Nash actually hated both of those things. He didn't want to try to powerbomb Big Show because he thought Big Show was too big, but Big Show was like, "No, man, we got it. We can do it." And then apparently Kevin Nash thought that thing with tasing Goldberg was extremely stupid.
It's easy to say that now.
Yeah, I mean, he said that he didn't want to do it, but I mean, I guess that's he said, she said stuff.
All right. 35.
35, I have Trish Stratus.
What?
What?
I never heard you talk about Trish.
She was like the first legit women's champion. Not like Sable and stuff that won it off of like some stupid bikini match. She actually got it from wrestling. Like you can legit call her like the pioneer of modern days women's wrestling.
Yeah. I don't know. I just never really thought you liked her actual wrestling.
I mean, I'm not a fan. Like, I'm not like, oh man, her matches were so amazing, but she did legitimize it.
Yeah, fair.
I love Trish Stratus.
Man, now that I'm looking at this list, I'm kind of pissed.
You love her or you love parts of her?
I love all parts of her, and I love her.
Been real quiet over there, Derek.
Yeah, I don't have much to say on his lists.
You know Trish.
Yeah, I got Trish on my. I mean, I had her at 47. She's like he said, she's a pioneer. She was like the biggest diva during our time of watching it. You know, growing up as kids. She wasn't like you said, she wasn't winning it because of bikini contest. So that's why she's so high.
Oh no. But she was killing them bikini contests also.
Nah, Tori Wilson had her beat.
Psych.
All right, 34.
Oh, no, wait. Lita was better than Trish. Trish was, what was I saying? Trish was just hotter, but she wasn't doing moonsaults or Hurricane Ranas.
First of all, Lita's hotter. Second of all, Lita sucks compared to Trish Stratus.
Lita was not hotter.
Lita is way hotter. You're insane.
I think Trish was
All Trish has is boobs. That's it. Nothing else.
Lita has nothing if we're just looking at the body. If we're like, I don't even want to go like that. I don't.
But Trish also out wrestles Lita any day of the week. Lita, yeah, she did backflips. Hooray! They were trash.
I'm just saying, is S.A. Rios a better wrestler than John Cena?
Technically, maybe.
That's what I say. Technically, but like, I still would rather watch a John Cena match.
Yeah.
34.
34. This one I'm mad at that I have her so low. But I mean, personally, I just can't move her. Becky Lynch. The fact that she got so big during that what would you call that era? Like her run. The Becky era, I guess.
The four horsemen. The four women.
I mean, she got huge. She was like the biggest thing in WWE for like a year.
I call it the denial era.
What do you mean by that?
Everybody we wanted was denied until we had to.
Oh
push
yeah,
them.
okay, I agree with that. But Becky Lynch was she got so big during that time. It was actually kind of crazy. She was like the face of WWE for almost a year, I would say.
Hey, this is Robert's favorite wrestler of all time. All right.
Is it really?
At one point, she was his favorite, not of all time, but it was his.
I mean, she even had her own Stone Cold moment when what's her name punched her in the face and broke her nose.
Nice.
She was all bloody. Yeah, she was all bloody, walking away, still talking trash.
Let's cut to the chase, man. Is she this high because she beat Ronda Rousey?
No, actually.
Ronda's coming up, right? On your list?
No.
I don't have nothing to say. Becky's cool, but I just didn't put her on my list.
Same.
I don't know. The fact that she got that big was pretty crazy. We moving on? Because I think Christian's on the phone.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing else.
All right. 33, I have Bradshaw. I loved watching him be a tag team with Farouk when they were part of the APA. They were fun to watch. And then he became one of the most hated heels of all time and got a huge push that, to be honest, if you were watching back then, like Farouk and Bradshaw, you didn't think either one of them were going to get a push like that. But Bradshaw actually did. And I just like watching him wrestle. Kind of like Bubba Ray Dudley, like his moves were impactful, and then you loved to hate him when he was a bad guy. I mean, I hate him in real life, but
You know, it's funny you said the thing about you didn't think either of them would become like world champion material. But if you were to like guess what, I feel like most people would have picked Farouk, which is even more crazy that JBL went on to do all that stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
When did Terry Bradshaw become a WWE wrestler?
32.
Where are we going to? 31?
31.
32, I have Farouk, his tag team partner. He was, for his background, he said himself that he was never like a huge professional wrestling fan. So for him to come in and be as good as he was, like as the leader of the nation and stuff like that, and when he had his title run, he was really good. And again, he was fun to watch because his moves were impactful, and he got more famous as he got older with that whole damn thing, which was usually pretty funny. Sometimes it was like stupid, but most of the time it was pretty funny. And the fact that he beat up, oh my god, what's his name? Ahmed Johnson. That's hilarious because Ahmed Johnson was a douche.
He was a douche. I probably would have had it the other way around just because I think Bradshaw was more of a star in my watching life, but
I agree with that, but I liked Farouk more.
that's fair, I guess. But surprisingly, neither of them made my list.
Wow. I thought Bradshaw might.
That's not surprising.
I never really liked him. Yeah, I was gonna say I've never been like a huge fan. He was just always like the heel to one of my favorite guys.
Was JBL always the rich guy?
No, he was the like badass bar fighter with Farouk first, and then they were also weird acolyte demon guys with the Undertaker.
Oh, okay.
I like how they just kept those outfits.
I know, right? They're just like, these are kind of sick. Let's just keep them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Farouk was cool. He's like I can't think of like a good example, like the Jim Brown for WWE for me. That kind of guy.
Is it because he looks like him?
Yeah, a little, but just. It's also crazy. No one talks that his jersey's retired at Florida State, man. That dude was a monster.
Yeah, he was.
All right.
Okay, 31. I got Bobby Lashley.
Fair.
He was
honestly a little surprised you had Bobby higher than all of us.
I know, right?
Well, I don't know if you remember, but I was kind of a fan of Bobby Lashley after Brock Lesnar left. He filled in that role of the big strong guy that was beating up everybody. And then he just sucks on the mic, though. That's why I couldn't really. At the time, especially when he first came in, he was terrible on the mic. That's why I didn't put him any higher. But
potentially, Derek could have him higher. Sorry, go ahead.
He had some big moments, like when him and Umaga had the cage match and the fence broke down. When you were younger and you were watching that, you were like, "Holy shit!
Yeah,
this is crazy."
I bet as an adult, you were probably like, "Holy shit!" too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't done it again.
He's also the first guy to break the master lock.
Yeah, that was cool. And also, the Dominator is kind of an underrated finishing move, I think. He just slams you face first into the ground.
The old Dominator was so much better.
It was.
Yeah.
Like now he's kind of just like soft doing it, but back then he used to like flip you, wham.
Yeah, he didn't go down to his knees. He just slammed you into the mat. It was way better.
Dominant. It was insane.
Yeah. He actually kind of legitimized that ECW belt for a little bit.
True. If he could have been better with promos, he could have been one of the best.
Yeah, for sure. He stuck around in the top tiers for a good while.
Until he went to TNA, yeah.
I mean, he didn't even become world champ until his return, so.
Yeah, but I mean, he was always up.
He was definitely gonna be, though, like in a year or two.
Yeah.
Like he was the first one to John Cena had to pull out the super FU just to pin him for the first time.
Yeah, and he was also underrated for the kind of wrestler that he was. You would think he would be like kind of trash like Goldberg, but he wasn't.
I think he was a better wrestler than Batista.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I don't know.
he was a collegiate wrestler for the Army.
Yeah.
I mean,
So he had a background. It wasn't like
maybe strictly in ring, but like the presence Batista had, definitely not.
I said wrestler, right? Not sports entertainer.
Yeah.
I also don't know about that because like Bobby Lashley's in-ring presence, like.
But then when you hear him talk,
like
but then when you hear Bobby Lashley talk, not
Yeah.
only is his voice kind of sissy, he also didn't have very much charisma.
Yeah, that's true.
He had like the Mike Tyson effect. Tough looking, but then you hear him talk and you're like, what the hell?
He would have been the perfect guy to have Paul Heyman take over.
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
No. Didn't work. Don't work that way. He would have got Cesaro'd if that happened.
Who of Paul Heyman's people has gotten Cesaro?
Cesaro.
Paul Heyman took over for Cesaro?
Yeah, he took over Cesaro, Curtis Axel, RVD for a little bit.
RVD was balling though during that time frame.
For a minute, and then Paul turned on him.
True.
All right. I guess Derek, start yours.
All right. Well, at number 40, I got Drew McIntyre. You know, remembering back, I did not like Drew McIntyre when he first came in. And then watching old videos, I've told Christian this. His voice did not match that body. But now, bro, if you guys see the old Drew McIntyre, bro, his voice is the same, and he looks like a 19-year-old long-haired baby-faced kid. And it's like,
It's funny how you said it. There was like so much hate there.
Bro, I did not. I mean, Drew McIntyre when he first came in, I remember like being like, "Who is like, this guy? A scrub." But him coming back and his tenure now, he's killing it on the mic. He's probably top 3 in promos currently. He's a good in-ring wrestler. He's funny online. So like, I could have had him higher. I just because it's such a short period of me being a fan of his, I couldn't put him higher.
Fair. I think I had Drew kind of high up there. Mostly because, I don't know, like his new run has definitely put him the best of right now, but I guess he's just never been one of my favorites.
You had Drew lower.
That's what I said. I meant, I guess, higher number-wise. Like, I get what you're saying, yeah. All right.
I had Drew, I think, at 40 also. Oh, no, I had him at 30. So there's still room for him to go up. There's still room for him to go down, but I think he's going to be trending upwards.
Oh,
I didn't put him on my list yet. I was going to, but then I never really liked him until now. So I'm like, can I really put him in my top 50 favorite if I didn't like him until not even a full year?
You didn't like him earlier? Like when he was champ in the pandemic era? Or
no, not really. I thought he was just kind of like they try to like package him as like the new Roman Reigns, like the generic tough guy babyface. I don't know. I just didn't like him.
Not the anti-Roman Reigns? That's who he was facing.
I'll tell you this, Cameron. You couldn't put him in your list because you said, yeah, if you know me, I hate Charlotte Flair, but because she's so good in ring, I had to put her on here.
Well, I mean, now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I'm like, I should just take out Big Show and put Drew McIntyre.
Hey, keep going, but I need to get another pin.
All right. So at 39, I got Dean Ambrose. Just his energy, his like ruthless aggression, basically. Like he was just down to fight. And I only got to watch him for a short period of time because I was wrestling for like a year or two when he was with the Shield and out of the Shield. But he cut good promos. He, was down to literally fight anybody at any time. do anything. Like, he put his body on the line all the time. Just overall, good wrestler.
So I liked Dean, but I was just never like a huge fan, and I definitely thought he was like the weakest link of the Shield. And everyone's like, "Oh, it's because you didn't see him as John Moxley." Now I've seen him as John Moxley for like 5 years, and he's just that rebellious, crazy guy, and that's just always been his gimmick.
He's literally just Dean Ambrose with a different name.
Yeah.
Is that who you put at 39?
Yeah, 39 is Dean Ambrose.
Shocking.
All right. You got anything to say, or you want me to move on?
I mean, he was fine, I guess. Cool. I wouldn't.
He had some cool moves like that. What is it? The slingshot clothesline or whatever.
You like that move?
Yeah. The first time I seen it, I liked it. I think they do it too much now.
Yeah, I guess that's my problem with it too. Never mind. I've retried.
He doesn't do it like at all anymore.
No.
Oh.
When he used to do it, like when I first seen him do it, I thought that was really cool.
He used to get knocked onto the ropes and like fall through it or like fall back on it every single night. All right, so 38. Me and Christian were just talking about her earlier today on TikTok. Mickey James.
Mickey James.
Yeah, I liked Mickey James.
Bro, as an adolescent, I loved Mickey James. She was
adolescent.
Am I wrong, bro? I was like 14 years old, like, yo, she just kissed Chris Stratus, let's go.
She was actually pretty underrated in the ring, though.
Yeah, and she was a good wrestler. I mean, you know, she was not bad in the ring, but I think that was just like my first love.
Not Stacy Keibler?
No, I mean Kelly's higher than Stacy Keibler.
You know? No way. Kelly's face is. I'm not even gonna say it.
Bro, y'all into talking down about women.
Dude, Stacy Keibler is elite. You're crazy.
I mean, Stacy Keibler was when I was like 6, bro.
No, she was around for a while. Is she still hot right now?
All right, but yeah, Mickey James. That's she had a fun personality. She had a good video as a cheerleader. You know.
Yeah, I don't think she'd make my list ever, but I did think she was pretty good.
I'm surprised she made your list, but it's just I'm out of it now.
I honestly never thought I would hear that name on a top 50 wrestlers list.
Jordan knew me as we watched WWE. Mickey James was like my favorite diva.
I honestly don't remember that. I thought Stacy Keibler was your favorite.
Maybe. I mean, that was like early though. That was like right when you moved to the neighborhood.
First impressions, right? They go a long way.
All right, next up, this guy would not make any other list except a favorite list. He's not like a superstar. I'd say he's like the first Ricochet that I saw, Mr. Evan Bourne.
Dude, that is so funny you said that. I was watching a video, and that's exactly who they compared him to. He was like, Ricochet's just a black Evan Bourne.
Bro, his moveset was insane. And as a kid watching him, it was just like mind-blowing, the things he was doing. And he never he didn't cut promos. He didn't do anything spectacular inside of WWE. But in the ring, you knew that he was going to do something that amazes you.
He was cool and all, but I think this just shows that you didn't watch TNA.
I did not watch TNA, no.
That was like a nightly thing with like 5 different dudes in TNA.
Yeah. Or even WCW in its prime.
What, his moveset?
Yeah, guys doing that kind of stuff was like the norm in TNA and WCW.
You gotta see his AEW debut, Derek.
Oh.
Drop down your list a little bit.
I've already heard about it. He like fell miserably.
He literally fell on the ropes, hit the ring, and then tried to get back up and do it.
Okay, before I continue, is AEW just full of botches? Like, is that what AEW is?
I mean, I would say there is more botches than WWE, but the online makes it worse than it is.
I mean, you can say the same thing about TNA after they got rid of the 6-sided ring. It got like really bad. People started making compilations of botches from there.
Because yeah, I've not seen many good things about AEW and no rest. Like even Chris Jericho was like botching shit, and Chris Jericho was known to be like the best fixer of botches in WWE.
Well, he's also like 80 years old now, so.
All right.
Wait,
Oh,
I'm a little surprised Evan Bourne made your list. As a kid, he looked like Matt Stryker to me. So he already had some, like negative points. But
bro, I hated Matt Stryker, but I loved Evan Bourne.
yeah,
I feel like he just didn't. He wasn't around long enough.
I saw Evan Bourne how Christian sees Dragon Lee. He was just like another guy.
Yeah.
I feel like Billy Kidman's better than Evan Bourne.
That's you, not me.
Just saying. Like all around wrestler, I don't know.
So 36, I went with Braun Strowman.
Damn.
You know, I got to see Braun Strowman when he first started, like his singles time, because he was with Bray Wyatt and them when I like first got back into it, and then he broke off and just was the monster of all men or whatever. And his move sets for a big dude is he might have the best move sets for a big dude. The way he's just so agile and can literally like do small guy moves almost. It's crazy to me.
But he's also the shortest big dude.
How tall is he? Like 6'10"?
I don't know, maybe like 6'8".
What I mean, bro, Umaga was like 5'8".
Umaga was a thick dude.
Yeah,
What about
Umaga was like
Rikishi?
6'1".
they made Umaga seem like he was the Great Khali.
He was scarier than the Great Khali.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, Braun Strowman is 36.
I mean, I had Braun Strowman on mine. So.
I don't hate it. I'm a little surprised. Sorry, go ahead.
I like Braun. I think he's also one of the best and most versatile big men, and I think he's had some really good matches and storylines with like Bray Wyatt and Roman and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not mad at it.
Number 35, we got Perk Angle.
35.
Wow.
Damn, that's more criminal than George Triple H.
So
My
I
Triple
know,
H is criminal.
I know that it's like probably too low on the list for if it was like greatest of all time, obviously he's going to be higher. Just Kurt Angle, I hated when I was like 8 years old. I hated Kurt Angle.
What?
And
He should have been your favorite, bro. You're the one who actually did wrestling.
but I don't know. Just he was the guy that faced all of my favorite wrestlers, and he was just that dickhead that just pissed me off because he would normally beat the shit out of all my favorite wrestlers.
See, I feel like me and Christian are the opposite because we hated him, but it was like because we were supposed to. Like he was that good at being cringy and dorky.
Yeah.
But then like I don't know, he was just so good on the mic and so good, especially for his rookie year.
Yeah, and like right now, like I have him where he's at right now because I am older and I've like watched back on a few things, you know, like a few videos here and there. And I've seen things he's done, and he might be the greatest in ring like technical wrestler as far as collegiate style goes there will ever be. But I just couldn't put him higher because I just was not like a fan of him growing up as a kid.
See, I'm with you. Couldn't stand him as a kid, but now, the appreciation's there, man. His stuff is hilarious, even
But
now.
you gotta remember, you stick through watching it all of your adult life. I did not.
All right, but he
So
was gone, so I wasn't watching him through my adult life.
but you guys watch back on things. Like your guys are all rewatching WWEs.
Are
See-
me and Christian the only ones that liked him even when he
I was gonna
like,
say I liked him even back then. Like even when he was like a bad guy and like a dickhead, I was like, man, Kurt is so funny. Kurt's like his matches alone. I was just like, dude, this like even if he beat one of my favorite guys, I'm like, damn, like why is he so fucking good? Like,
No,
I
I was
feel like-
thrashing that man in the game every time.
Like we
Yeah.
were going for
Never
like The
took it.
Rock and Stone Cold and stuff whenever Kurt would wrestle him, but like I don't know, he would have those lines that would just make you laugh and like he's such a dork. But it was on purpose.
I was
Yeah.
going for SA Rios against Kurt. That's how much I didn't like Kurt back then.
Jesus.
What I mean, I'll have more to say on him later. So.
All right, number 34. This might be a surprise to you guys, but I'd say it's the greatest entrance of all time because he stole the spotlight and he took away the chance for the ring announcer to do her job. Mr. Kennedy. And I think I
That
should
job.
just have.
I'm honestly not that surprised. I feel like Mr. Kennedy fits your personality like perfectly.
I was about to say, I literally just have him this high because of how he was as a person.
Makes sense.
Nothing
So-
else?
He was cool. He would have definitely made my list if he'd stuck around.
Yeah, I feel that. But I didn't stick around, so it works.
Yeah. Now, honestly, timeline wise, you guys might have left at the same time.
I know, right?
All right. This next one is going to piss you guys off. I think somebody just knocked on my door, but I don't know. And I can't go look. Did you? Oh, fuck. Somebody is here. I hope I don't die.
Just
So how you doing?
opening.
Let's go see if you need your grass cut. I mean, it looks like a little
So-
uphill.
So I got a lawnmower. I just have to go get the gas.
Okay.
But how much do you charge?
I don't know. What do you think sounds right to you?
I'm on a podcast right now.
Okay.
Could you come back tomorrow?
Yeah.
Did I mute him for everybody?
No.
I don't want to like him to say something on air.
About mowing a lawn.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if he gives out his address or something, I don't know.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I muted him on here for a second. I think he's good.
Am I unmuted?
Yeah, you're good.
All right. No, he was just saying my grass was long and it needed cut, and I was like, yeah, I just got a lawnmower. But all right. So this next one's gonna really, really get you guys. Any guesses?
Triple H.
No, it's gonna piss Cameron off the most, probably.
Me?
Yeah.
Goldberg.
No, it's The Rock. At 33.
Why is it? Wouldn't it piss
Jordan, that's
off the
Jordan's
most?
favorite wrestler.
Yeah,
He's not
but
my favorite wrestler.
Cameron's like the more nostalgic guy. He's like has all these old wrestlers up high, and I mean he was like Kurt Angle was crazy at 35. I thought
Wait,
Cameron would be
I
like-
mean, this is definitely criminal, horribly criminal. But
Yeah, but you see
I have a
more
lot
of
of old wrestlers at the bottom of my list. I have Big Show, Hulk Hogan.
you've seen
Kurt
more
Hennig.
of Kurt Angle than you did The Rock.
Oh, I did definitely. But,
All right, what's your reasoning?
I got The Rock higher than Kurt Angle because he's a superstar. He's in movies. He's
No, why is he so low? Is what Christian's asking.
because he expects the WWE to just cater to his every needs, and he can just be a part timer for the rest of his life, come back and do whatever he wants. Like, no, you can't, buddy. He's not even the best wrestler of his time. Like Stone Cold was right there with him.
Y'all buying into the character too much.
I'm just saying. I don't know. I just
You're
never
too
really
naive.
was.
I'm not naive, bro. He lost. What do you want from him?
Yeah, but that is the principle of what they were originally trying to do.
All right.
I
Allegedly,
mean,
what they were trying to do.
him doing that one time, and then putting him all the way at 33 is crazy.
Well, that's where I have him because that's where I mean, he's not like in my top 20, and I was just filling out my bracket, made my list. But I don't know. He just didn't strike my mind to put him until then. I was like,
I now am going to be super pissed at your top 10.
I know.
no, you guys will be pissed at my top 10. I'm already gonna tell you that. You guys will be like, because again, this is just favorites. It's not best. It's not. I'm doing this.
I know, but like, how I just don't understand how you watch The Rock, and he's not one of your favorites. Like, I don't. I don't get that.
I miss the bulk of his wrestling.
I guess.
And like,
but
yeah,
Kurt, didn't you watch a lot of Kurt? Like, that's I don't know.
But I explained Kurt. I hated Kurt as a child. He pissed me off. But yeah, I mean, I don't mind The Rock now, but he's just not a top 30 guy.
Derek doesn't like Kurt because Kurt's a man in a boy's world.
And you saying that I have like a bunch of nostalgic guys. I had.
I'm not talking about on your list. I'm talking about like when you did like the Hall of Fame and like all that. I would be like, oh yeah, I want to put him in the Hall of Fame, and it's just somebody that you grew up watching and knew more about.
But that's not the only reason. It's the fact that we had Big Show and Christian in first ballot, but then we want to leave out.
I said Christian and Big Show shouldn't have been in the Hall of Fame, or maybe like sometime.
I'm just saying.
All right, 32. Cody Rhodes. And that is 100% strictly recency bias.
I honestly thought you were going to have him higher.
Well, I told you guys last week, I tried my best to not let the now affect the list as much on a greater scale. Like, obviously, it's going to affect it a little bit because I'm watching it now. It's all there to me. But I also tried to like think of like the past, because like when Cody Rhodes first came in, I did not like him that much. He just seemed like a pouty little boy who was like, my dad was in the WWE, gave everything to me. But then he went and made a name for himself, and now is one of the best on the mics, one of the best in the ring. He literally wrestled a full match with a torn pec, and his whole chest was just dark purple. Like, that's why. That's the love for the game. Like, he just loved the game.
I mean, yeah. I had him a little higher than you, but that's because like I watched most of his reinventing himself, and I also liked Legacy and like Dashing Cody Rhodes and stuff. So
Dashing Cody Rhodes is my least favorite.
Over Stardust, really?
I feel like you don't like the douchey guys because they're stealing your thunder a bit.
Maybe.
You said he wanted to be Mr. Kennedy.
That's true.
I said that's what I vibe with.
All
right, 31. This one is kind of more so because Christian kind of like, I've seen a lot of him because of Christian, even when I wasn't watching wrestling, and that's Bray Wyatt. I got to like, have insights of Bray Wyatt through the whole time frame because Christian was such a big fan of his. So that's why he's like where he's at. I've missed 90, like almost all of his career in the WWE. I watched like, pieces here. I saw him live when we went that one time. But besides that, I've missed a lot of his time. But watching back his videos and like his his promos were on point. So that's why he's there.
I'm not gonna lie, I hate that placing for you because your reasoning was basically I got him at 31 because I seen him on Christian's Facebook feed a couple times.
He's higher Then two of the greatest of all time because he's seen.
Bro, two of the greatest. I have good reasoning for Kurt Angle. The Rock just never really sparked my interest.
But you don't have good reasoning for Bray.
I guess not. Bro, I've seen a lot of stuff about Bray.
You
I didn't
literally
watch it
started
live.
it with saying you missed like 90% of his career,
I did.
but you got him at 31.
See, but that's how good he was the short stuff I would
Yeah.
show him. Derek was like, damn, that guy's great.
I saw bits and pieces because, like, I would watch like a WrestleMania or something, and his matches were good. Like when he fought Finn Balor Finn Balor was the demon, and he was whatchamacallit, Sister Abigail.
It'd be like if I put the Young Bucks on my list because I've seen like 10 things they've done.
Are they that good? It seemed like a lot of Bray's promos though. Bray was great at promos and like his what they're doing with what's his name, Mr. Howdy,
Uncle Howdy.
Uncle Howdy, Mr.
His
Rogers.
promos, I feel like his promos were better when he was Firefly Bray.
I think they were all good.
I mean, I'm not saying they were bad. I just, when he was like, I don't know how do you explain it. The old storyteller, like, guy from Louisiana, like, that shit was, like, pretty creepy.
Oh, when he was like in the rocking chair?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
That was like at the start, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was
when he
like
was
the
with
start of
the
his
Wyatt
main
family.
roster. Yeah. He was the eater of worlds. Well, I'll have more to say on Bray later.
No, you won't. I thought you had him at 50. All right, well, Jordan or Christian, you guys are up.
Who started last time?
I was just about to ask. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't either.
I honestly do not remember either.
I want to say I did. No, because I think I ended with the Triple H thing.
Yeah, you did.
All right. So I'll go. All right. Now, if you guys recall, I said 21, which is where Triple H was, between 17, could all change. I mean, they're pretty fluid, I guess. 20, I got Jeffrey Hardy. Jeffrey Hardy.
I don't mind it.
So, Hardy Boys, Jeff, like Attitude Era, that was always cool. I was always rooting for Jeff. But when Jeff came back, and after like the mid-card stuff with like Jericho or Randy or Umaga, he was like, always like in my like top 10 people I liked at that point. But when he got elevated to the world title picture, that was some good stuff, man. Like Jeff's his feud with CM Punk, that's a very good feud that I think it's talked about a lot, but not as much as I'd like. And then his other reign when he was when he beat Triple H, I thought that was a good reign, but at the moment I'm blanking on what happened there. So yeah, 20. He's got two of my favorite title reigns.
I mean,
World
yeah.
title reigns.
I've always liked Jeff. I feel like as an adult, he's gone down on my favorites a little bit, but he still will always probably be on my list.
I mean, I don't mind the spot that you have for Jeff. Him being that close to Triple H is just crazy to me.
Bro, Jeff
He
might
beat
be like
Triple H
one of
for the title, sir.
Yeah, but he botched a lot. He sucked on the mic.
but he might be one of the greatest life putting his life in danger type of person ever.
I mean, I guess, but he also put a lot of other wrestlers in danger because he fucked up all the time.
Hey, he's not right.
Okay. It's easy to botch a whisper in the wind, all right? It's not easy to botch a spine buster. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, me and Christian have been watching lately, and he botches a lot.
But he takes more risks than just about anybody. So he's going to botch a lot.
I guess, but then he's just not good on the mic also, so it's like...
That's fair. All right. Any more thoughts?
No.
So this is probably really going to make Cameron mad, because if he doesn't like Jeff being over, I got RVD.
Oh, God. Ask Christian. We're watching right now. RVD sucks.
Hey, excuse me, sir. All right.
I'm sorry.
RVD. In the video games, loved his moveset. In real life, loved his moveset. The singlet thing was different and separated him from a lot of people. Like Kurt had a singlet, but it wasn't like RVD's singlet. RVD was like relatable, cool, and yeah, he had, in my opinion, my favorite frog splash of anybody, included Viva la Raza.
No way.
And yeah, RVD. 19.
I like it.
Yeah, I was never big on RVD. My favorite RVD was honestly when he was tag team with Kane.
Really?
I think
Yeah.
that was my least favorite.
Yep. Huh?
Christian said the other day that RVD's Frog Splash, he sucked at it a lot. There was lots of times where he literally just fell on them. Didn't even do the motion or nothing, just fell.
I don't care.
I
So
just
how's
feel
it
like
your favorite? It makes no sense.
he never
It's
really
just a
got
splash.
he
When
never
he
got
did
the
hit it
height of a
nice.
lot of guys, and
No, RVD got height, bro. When he got
No.
older, he started just falling. But when he was younger, he was getting up there. And
Shane
had-
McMahon
Bro,
did the
nobody
coast to
sold
coast
it.
better than RVD.
This is
That's fine, but nobody sold it better than
freaking
RVD.
go. Tired of you.
RVD's when he does RV. That's so far.
Nah, he sucked.
I feel like the only reason he was so popular is because he was a pothead and everyone was a pothead.
Was he a pod?
When I was
Bro.
a kid, that had nothing to do with my liking for RVD.
He's like Jeff Hardy, but even worse on the mic.
Yeah, I wasn't a big RVD fan, but most people have him pretty high.
He's not even on my list.
I disagree with that. I don't think most people have him in the top 20.
Maybe not top
20.
I
but
said
he
I
would
just
be
said
my
on
list.
their list. I didn't say high, but like everybody is
You
always,
did
oh
say
man,
high, by the
RVD
way.
was so cool, and RVD was one of my favorites, and I was just like, I don't know, I never liked him that much.
But going back a little bit, Jeff Hardy went up 3 spots. RVD went up 1 spot. Good
Alright.
with that? Good with that? 18. Probably one of my like 8, 10 wrestling shirts. Mr. Perfect. Kurt Hennig. Like I said, if I was born in the 80s, he for sure would have been my favorite. I think he was like the best on the mic in that time, in my opinion. He was so good when his career was kind of over, he moved to commentary, and Pat McAfee has basically stolen his whole shtick, even the like pin flip thing. I just seen this clip of him doing the pin flick thing, and he caught it, and somebody threw a pin in there to try and mess him up. And Mr. Perfect was so great. He caught it perfectly in hand and swatted the other pin all in one motion. You don't get any better than that.
You really think, I'm not gonna argue or nothing, but you really think he's better on the mic than like Macho Man and Roddy Piper?
Yes.
Really?
It's because those guys were like crazy on the mic to where it almost sounds like gibberish sometimes. Or Mr. Perfect.
I don't know. Like if you
had the
watch
whole
like
delivery.
Macho Man's like passionate ones, those were like Attitude Era style promos before the Attitude Era even came around.
Fine. He's also so good that he was able to move to commentary seamlessly. But for my personal taste, Mr. Perfect hits it out of the park, like how he does in everything, including baseball and bowling
Yeah, and gum.
and gum.
Alright, yeah, that's
I thought I was gonna be crazy just for having him on.
I literally have a shirt, bro. Think I wouldn't put him on my list?
I mean, the way you argued with me on Are They Hall of Fame?
He had like a tag title run and 1 IC run. Right? But all right, that's up 3 spots from last year. Now, 17, and this is the last. This is the highest Triple H could have gone on my list. Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens. A top song all time, a top finisher all time. The man, he could be a bully. He could be the like bruiser guy. He could be the funniest guy. He has wide range. He can do the high flying moves. He can do the heavy lifting moves. There's no flaws in his game, but I guess he's not as successful as I would like him to be. So I got him at 17.
Yeah. I think Kevin Owens is one of the best overall wrestlers we've ever seen. But I'll say more on him later.
Yeah. I agree with the spot for Kevin Owens. I agree with all the spots besides Triple H and RVD. I personally I don't like RVD.
Kevin Owens, unintentionally, was at 17 last year as well.
Wow.
All right. Any other thoughts?
Wait, are we going to 15 or are we going to 11?
11.
Oh, okay. Nope, that's it.
All right. 16. Didn't see probably about 60% of his career, maybe 65%. But his short time in the WWE has been so good. AJ Styles. We talk about rookie years. His first 2 years, you can stack up to about anybody's. But I guess he's missing the power game, but he's pretty strong for his size. And yeah, he can joust with anybody on the mic. Good song.
Was.
Soccer Mom Hair. I mean, his new song, I don't think it's that bad. It's just not as good as the old one. And it has a dumb opening. A really
Yeah.
dumb opening. You don't want
I mean,
none.
another guy, I think one of the greatest ever, but can't say too much because I'll have to say more later.
Also,
I like Kevin there.
Huh?
I like Kevin Owens there.
We're on
Talking about
AJ Styles now.
I like AJ Styles there.
So AJ has gone up 2 spots. And I will say, his up, down, down days, some of the greatest moments, man. When Jack Swagger, when he
Bruh.
onside kicked it or something like that, he got so pissed.
Yeah, and then he kicked it off to him the next time, and AJ took it back for the win. He was like, "That's why you don't play like that. That's why you play with integrity and respect." He said, "Because if you don't, then things like this happen."
Also, when Tyler Breeze beat him, and he's you could tell he was trying to leave the chat, but he couldn't figure it out, so he started screaming at the camera. He's so funny.
Yeah, he's definitely a rager for sure.
I'm honestly surprised you had him this high because I feel like you argue with.
But I what?
You argue with Christian about AJ Styles a lot.
Do I?
Yes, a lot.
I don't recall arguing about this. Yeah, I don't remember if I said it, but yeah, he's gone up 2 spots. All right. Wow, this is funny. 15 was my 15 last year. Asuka. Asuka is my
Set up.
Yeah. She's one of my favorite divas. I love that she got the Tajari green mist spit stuff. The face paint's really cool. Her entrance is really cool, and then she can really go in the ring. And in my opinion, I don't know if in my opinion, she might be the best, ring general for the women. And yeah, she's really good with the suplexes and stuff. And then she's got submissions on the ankles, the arms. She does a lot of submissions. So yeah, I think I just wish she was better on the mic, I guess. But for what she is, I think that's fine. So it's kind of nitpicky there. So yeah, 15, Asuka.
Yeah, I mean, I like Asuka. She's in my honorable mentions, but never been a big enough fan to put her on my list.
I love Asuka, and I am pissed that I didn't put her on my list. I don't know why I didn't.
It's one of those things you forget about till you hear it.
Yep.
Also, she's hurt, so maybe she was out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, I haven't heard about her in a while or seen anything in a while, so I just I'm actually legit angry I don't have her on there. Just like Kofi Kingston.
All right.
All right.
Anything else?
No.
No.
All right. 14. Now, this guy was in my top. Let me make sure what he was last year. Oh, he was in my top 10 last year, so he's fallen down a few spots. But at WrestleMania, it was like a great reminder of why I love him. But at the same time, prior to WrestleMania was a great reminder of like how he can get annoying, and that is Seth Rollins, 14.
Fair.
Okay. Yeah.
I like
That's
that.
a good spot.
I like that spot.
Yeah,
Huh?
this is like.
I like that spot for Seth.
Yeah, I would say this is close to where I have him.
Yeah,
He's
mine's pretty close actually too.
Mine too.
yeah, I feel like he's had such a big impact. He's one of the greatest of this current generation we're in, so it's hard not to put him at least top 20. I'll say a little more when I get to him, but yeah, I like this spot.
Yeah, he's awesome. And then WrestleMania just made me.
Exactly what Cameron's saying right now.
Did he cut out for you guys?
Oh,
Yeah.
did I?
A little bit.
Sorry.
You
I
said
said.
WrestleMania something, and then it just cut
Oh,
out.
I said he's awesome. And WrestleMania made me like him more.
Yeah. So I had him at 6 last year. 6.
Wow.
He has the best chance to get in my like Mount Rushmore of like current wrestlers, but yeah, like I said, that whole prior to CM Punk coming back to like defeating Finn for the title is just like, oh god, I hate this version of Seth. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. 13. This is how I picked him last year, and Christian will get it. Ready? Ready?
Eddie.
Eddie Guerrero at number 13. He's got the best smile, as he put it, the best hairstyle for sure, and the dude was just so funny. Drove out in the best whips. Has the second best frog splash, in my opinion. I don't think you could be a better wrestler than Eddie. You could just be as good. And yeah, I love Eddie, man. Eddie's super good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I'm shocked that you don't have him in your top 10. How, in the amount of time I've known you, like how much you love Eddie, I thought he'd be 10.
So when I did watch back, or when I was like editing, I remember this was my reasoning. Also, he's gone up 3 spots. He was 16th last year. So everybody ahead of him is like still breathing. So I can still like get that refresher and then hear like podcasts from them and stuff and all that. Got some documentaries and all. Whereas Eddie, I just miss those moments. So everything I watch back on Eddie is just like, nostalgia and memories and stuff. Which is
Fair.
still, I mean, 13 it's great spotting.
Yeah. I mean, like Cameron said, I am surprised he's not top 10 for you, but once you start getting this high on the list, there's so many different guys.
But he wasn't top 10 last year either.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I would think he's in your top 10 every year.
I had to double check just to be sure that I had him on my list, and I didn't. Because I was going to have to redo my whole list. I'm not going to go. Can't not have him on there.
That's funny.
Alrighty.
All right. 12. Now, this could be recency bias, but like in reverse. So, I've always liked the guy, and then when he was gone, I like grew a bigger appreciation because I remembered moments with him and everything. But then he came back and it like didn't hit the same, and now he's breaking his leg in other promotions, and that is Edge. Edge.
Yeah. I've said my piece on Edge, he never resonated with me. He was always the guy he was like Kurt kind of for Derek. Like he was always the guy I hated facing my favorite guys, and I never liked his move set. And he was good promos, and
Thank you.
He had good matches, but the spear, it made me hate him a lot because I hate his spear.
Yeah, his spear does suck, but even watching now, Christian, you don't appreciate him a little more.
I mean, I never didn't appreciate him. I knew he was
but
good.
you know what I mean, because like I feel like he's better than I remembered, like in the Attitude Era.
I'll just
I mean,
say
he's as good as I remember, so that's probably why he
Mm.
hasn't changed.
he might not be the greatest heel, but he might be the greatest bad guy. If that makes sense.
That makes no sense.
He's
Well,
definitely like top. I think he's top 10.
He's a pretty high up there
Yeah.
heel, but
Yeah, he's a top 10, like maybe top 5 heel. But like when I say bad guy, I mean like the things he did was like cynical, like taking Lita and just flaunting her in front of Matt Hardy like constantly, like things like he was a great bad guy, but heel as in like just as a heel all around, he might not be like number one, but as a bad guy who just purposely did mean things to people to just hurt them personally, he might be number one.
hey,
You know,
that's a black activist icon you're talking about like that.
What?
So anyways,
When he said he told John Cena he wasn't going to face him because it was Black History Month and it was disrespectful.
to cap off why I got Edge still like up here, and like he could possibly get back in my top 10. I just think of so many great moments of him. Like he literally created the way the Money in the Bank is cashed in now. He had that like elimination chamber moment where he was in both chambers in the same night. He was in my opinion, the best tag team of all time. Just
Rated RKO.
yeah, rated RKO.
Edge and Christian, really, you think is the best ever?
I think so. I think they didn't have any flaws. They were both good on the mic. They had some of the greatest spots in like specialty matches. They were both good wrestlers. They were like a legit team where they helped each other out and weren't just both like two good wrestlers.
Not gonna lie.
I might have to agree. I don't think they're number one, but they're definitely up there. They're better than the Hardy Boys, I think.
See, them and the Hardy Boys were my favorite growing up.
The whole thing where they did the poses for the camera was hilarious.
Right? They made Kurt look like the dude. But all right, 11, capping off my list for the night, and that is the HB Shizzle, Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, pre-back injury, was one of the best in the ring. In my opinion, I liked watching his matches more than Brett, but it's a salt and pepper thing, whatever you like. And then post-back, he was just everybody was elevated working with Shawn, in my opinion. I don't think anybody worked with Shawn and went down. Like, for instance, Shelton looked like he was fighting for the world title, like he was on that level wrestling Shawn.
What
Guys like
about
Edge and Randy Orton went up wrestling Shawn. Hulk Hogan had like his funniest moment wrestling Shawn.
Bro, I was just about to say, what about Hogan? Because I didn't think you were gonna try to say that he elevated Hogan.
So the thing about that, right? Hogan left roughly right after that anyways. What do you remember from that run besides, like, in the red and yellow run, what do you remember besides that match?
I mean, him beating Triple H for the belt and a crowd ovation and winning the tag belts with Edge and
He
But
literally.
Do you
the
remember
right
that
gay guy.
over the Shawn match though?
Yeah, I will. That's honestly one of the last things I think about. If you're talking about that run,
You're tripping. The last things? Come
I
on.
mean, maybe not dead last, but like I would say first would be the winning the belt because that was just like ridiculous. Second would probably be the right gay guy,
Yeah, that was.
and then third would probably be.
But you literally brought him up just from me saying Shawn Michaels.
Well, just because
Elevating guys.
Because he was trying to make a joke.
Yeah, because I was saying like he didn't elevate that at all. Like if anything, he made Hogan look worse.
Or the best.
Yeah, the first two things I think of is the gay guy, and then
Guys, we're talking about Shawn Michaels here.
I know, but you asked, and then also the standing ovations that they gave. Raw and SmackDown were insane. It was like 5 whole minutes of everyone just screaming their heads off and him pretend crying. Hated it.
But yeah,
love Sean.
I can't knock you for having Sean here. I get that he's one of the best, and like most people have him top 10. He was just kind of like with Edge, like he wasn't my guy, but I can see why he was other people's guy. And I was I leaned more Brett, but like Sean was good. So
I don't know. I love Sean.
yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, and I definitely agree with. I think his second run was better than his first run.
Is that because you watched it, or
No, I just think he was less selfish and he was more about putting on a great show than making himself look good.
yeah, that's true.
Sean and Triple H might also have one of the best factions of all time.
Yeah, definitely.
Triple H does.
Triple H has two of the best factions.
Sean wasn't part of this faction.
Yeah, Sean was kind of when it was. Well, I mean, you don't count China and Rick Rude.
No, I don't count China and Rick Rude.
You could at least you have to count
China. Yeah.
Was it just the tag
To
team at that
me,
point?
Kinda, yeah.
to me, a faction is 4 or more.
All right,
So
that's
you don't
fair.
count New Day as a faction.
Huh?
You don't count New Day as a faction.
I don't. They're like the Thunderbirds. Or
Freebird.
Freebirds. Sorry. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, no, you. Was that it?
He's gone up 2 spots, and if I wrestled, I would steal Sean's like attire.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like the tights, the wrist tape. I'd probably have an arm sleeve though.
Okay.
Even dude, he has some of the coolest boots also, with the like hard breaks on these boots. I'm talking like 90s Sean.
Yeah, I get you. All right. My top, 20 to 11. Number 20, starting out with Chris Jericho. I always kind of liked Chris Jericho, but I remember hating him as a kid, especially when he was trying to get John Cena like fired. But he was one of the best on the mic, one of the best in the ring, had some of the best charisma, has some of the biggest accolades you can have. He's multiple-time world champion, first undisputed champ, like 9-time IC champ. Kind of criminal. He never won a Rumble or a Money in the Bank, but I mean, even like you can argue which run of his was the best because like classic Rockstar Jericho is awesome. The reinvented like kind of I don't really know what you would call it, but like shorter hair, kind of brash. Chris Jericho, the return where he was like a evil businessman kind of. But I think my favorite might be the list of Jericho just because it was so funny. And he was also just as good usually in the ring, maybe a little slower, but yeah, he was the king of reinventing himself, so I feel like it's hard to put him below 20.
I am a little surprised that you didn't have him in the top 10. I feel like
Really?
before we met Jordan, me and you loved Chris Jericho. And
I mean,
like you would talk about him a lot.
I've always liked him, but the guys I have in front of him,
right?
I feel like when you hear the guys I have in front of him, you'll be like, okay, I can see why a lot of these guys, he wasn't above these guys.
And I said that because a lot of our friends and stuff didn't really like Chris Jericho. I feel like Jordan was the only other person that
I was
liked
gonna
Chris
say, I
Jericho.
feel like before we met Jordan, the reason we talked about Jericho so much is because we were always defending him because everyone else was always like talking shit. But
yeah, I guess. I don't know. I thought you liked him a lot.
I mean, 20 is good.
It is. I thought for sure he'd be in your top 10.
Nah,
Where do you think you had him last year?
15.
15.
Wow. That just took a shot in the dark.
Is the AEW stuff is what making him go up?
That's part of it. I do think he's kind of overstaying his welcome and he's a little full of himself. But also, like I said, like if I'm talking favorites wise, I always appreciated him more than he was like one of my favorites. So that's also why he went down a bit. All right. Anything else?
No.
Ayatollah of rock and rolla.
All right. Number 19. I feel like he goes down every time, which kind of, if I was like 5 years old making this list, he'd be number 1 every time. This is Goldberg. That initial run, I will never disrespect it because the aura that guy had was insane. No matter what crowd he was in front of, no matter how short the match was, how long the match was, who he was facing, he was the guy. The crowd went crazy every time his music hit. It would be a 60-second match and they would lose their minds. He had that it factor. It didn't translate in the long run or to really WWE style. It was really hype when he came back, and I think I didn't agree with him beating Kevin Owens for the belt, but I thought it was fine when like him and Brock had that pretty good match at Mania, and that should have just been it. Then they kept doing it, and they kept having him win the belt, and I was like, okay, this is getting really stupid. And then his recent comments on like podcasts and stuff, he's just kind of souring for me. So I will always remember that WCW run fondly, but as I'm older, I can see the flaws in him.
Derek, how old was Christian during that run again?
97 to 2000. My man's were literally 2 to 5 years old.
I mean, I didn't know when it was such a bad thing to not be a dumbass who can't remember nothing.
I never
I don't.
you're a dumbass.
I don't
I'm not
remember nothing
saying-
at 2, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not saying you're a dumbass if you can't remember stuff from 2 to 5, but you are 2 to 5 years old. You literally don't know.
For one,
anything
for
about
one
any-
thing, okay, when you're like 2 to 3, that's when you start gaining those like memory type things in your brain where you start remembering stuff. And I said 97 to 2000 was his run. I didn't say that's what I remember all of. I remember more like 98, 99, 2000, but
Yeah, sometimes we are 4 or 5 years old and we pick stupid things that we like. Like I picked the Titans and I've been depressed ever since. So
Yeah, he has Mickey James on his list.
hey, if one of the goats like Randy Orton has Goldberg top of his list, I can't be mad that he's on mine.
It's probably my fault Christian remembers Goldberg so well.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just the way Derek put it last time was funny.
Well, the way he was making it seem was like
No, you literally said when was Goldberg's run? I said like 97 to 2000, and you said so you were 2 years old. I was like, I didn't say I remember the 97 part that much, but like his big moments I do remember, and plus I have rewatched a lot, and that helps me remember those moments.
It was just funny the way you like said like when I was watching his run, I'm like, brother, you were a child, like you were younger than Lincoln.
And you're telling me Lincoln and Logan aren't going to be singing "Hey Julie" when they're 30 years old?
Bro, they don't even remember that song now, bro. I play it for them and they're like, we don't remember. I'm like, bro, this song came out like 4 years ago. What do you mean?
Well,
I don't.
those are just one of those things that stuck. Like
I definitely
what?
have.
What did I learn in school back then? I couldn't tell you. But Goldberg's run, bro.
Dude, it's funny you say that. Like, this is like one of my most embarrassing moments growing up. That I like when I think back, I'm like, oh god, I can't believe I did that. But like, do you remember like when we had to like take like keyboarding classes in elementary school? They would give
Yeah.
you like an hour to like do the program, and then after that, you could play like Fun Brain or something like that.
Yeah.
For what, and you know, everybody's got the headphones on, right? For whatever reason, I just started humming Goldberg's song like loud, right? And like it was just playing in my ear. And then the girl next to me was like, "Hey, everyone could hear you," and I was like, "Oh god."
See, even Jordan felt the effects of the Goldberg, bro.
It was a good song, but it was just God. That was
All right.
such an embarrassing moment back then.
All right. 18,
Wait. Do you know where you had him last year?
12,
13.
close. All right. 18, this was a guy who had a really good run in New Japan, one of the best runs in NXT. Started having a really good main roster run, but they've kind of floundered it, and that's why he's lowered. Shinsuke Nakamura. That dude His New Japan matches, his NXT matches, amazing. First ever NXT 2-time champion. They had it perfect when he first debuted and went in the Rumble, and we were going to get AJ versus him at Mania, and they kind of cut their time, so it wasn't that good. Then they kind of saved it with him turning heel, but then they just did nothing with that, so it became pointless. Just one of the best guys not being utilized. I don't know if that's like he doesn't care as much because he's kind of just chilling, or like what it is, but you
He's
can't.
older too, right?
Huh?
Yeah, he's like in
He's
his
older.
40s.
Yeah, he's like 45 now, but he's one of the coolest, most unique wrestlers I've ever seen, and his NXT run and his New Japan stuff. If you get a chance, watch the New Japan match against AJ, because that one puts that WrestleMania one to shame. But yeah, Shinsuke, one of my top 20.
I will say, I still don't hate the decision of AJ beating him at WrestleMania. I just think he should have got him at Backlash or whatever the next.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it seemed really bad at first, but then when they had him turn heel, you were like, oh, okay. But then they still just had him lose anyway. So it was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and like when he had the like song change, and he's definitely got like a top 5 entrance all time. But
Oh, yeah, definitely. And that guitar riff version of that song is like sick as hell. Yeah. One of the
and one of
guys
the best
just
finishers. Sorry, had to throw that in.
suffers from bad creative, I guess.
Anybody else got anything?
No, I don't. I'm surprised I spaced them because I liked them when I started watching again the first time, and I just forgot to even think about them when I put my list in.
Yeah. All right.
Wait. One last thing. I would say something that hurts him is they always give him something cool, and then they just run it into the ground. Like the
Yeah.
low blow thing, did it every match. Rick Boogs playing him out, did it every week. The
The I don't
cartoon,
speak English thing.
yeah, that was funny.
They did that like
The
7 times after also.
the cartoon like anime subtitle stuff that got overdone. It just it gets watered down. But you
Yeah.
know where you had him last year,
25.
26.
Man, I'm getting close with these guesses though.
So why have you risen him so much?
Because like this is more about favorites, and he's always been
Oh.
one of my favorites. But like, last year I was doing it more like to like who do I think is one of the best. But all right, 17. Pretty sure this guy rose a lot because, like I said, favorites and rewatching. Booker T, man, underrated. He was really good in the ring. One of the most athletic guys. One of the strongest guys. He was also super hilarious. He was able to switch it up to the King Booker thing, which, like, as a kid you kind of hated, but you appreciate it more now. And his commentary, man, it was pretty dumb on Raw. he had his he had his funny moments, but his commentary now in NXT I actually really like. He adds just a crazy aspect to what they do, and like the main guy is just like talking professional. Then he's just like, "Hey, yo, what the hell?" Like loud as hell, and it's just like just adds that little extra to it. But
I'm glad I
yeah.
could like hear him through your voice there.
But yeah, Booker T is just a legend. He had one of the best WCW careers. He's had a really good WWE career, and now his post-up wrestling career has also ended up pretty good. So yeah, Booker T.
I like it.
All right,
I mean, I got him on my list, not that high, but that's mainly because of the King Booker thing.
it's
Thought
funny.
Cameron would have more to say about Booker T. Yee.
It's funny how Booker T hasn't had a single match in the last year, and yet he rose 21 spots for me and 13 spots for you.
It's because we're rewatching it.
Yeah.
Still,
Like I said, rewatching, like we're like literally in the middle of like the Gold Dust thing right now, and it's just like so funny. And
I know Booker
like
T and Gold. What the hell are you doing?
his like
Right.
move set too was just like so cool. Like his kicks and like his timing was really good. He's just, and then like I said, his NXT commentary is just like so funny and adds just an extra layer to it. So
But Shucky Ducky Quack Quack doesn't lower it a little for you?
yeah. No, because I think we made that funnier by when we do it. All right. Number 16, sticking with the WCW theme and sticking to one of the guys I think is heavily underrated. This is also one that rewatching has like, we didn't remember his WWE run being this good or this long, but Diamond Dallas Page, one of my favorites as a kid. I think he was super underrated in the ring, super underrated on the mic. He didn't even start wrestling until he was like 30, and the fact that he was able to get so good at it so like fast at that age is crazy. His WWE run actually it wasn't as bad as I remember. I think everybody only remembers the like stalker weird thing, but when he started like being this like he was kind of like a motivational speaker,
Yeah,
telling
it's
everybody
a
to
good
smile.
thing.
Yeah, that was his catch. Dude, the crowd was like chanting that.
They
Like
were
they would
loving
scream
it.
it. So I was like, dude, he was like over. So just I think he would have got something really good if he didn't get injured. Hardcore Holly didn't injure him, but
Parker Holly's a piece of shit.
but yeah,
Wait, don't
Diamond
talk
Dallas
about my
Page, I
number
just
one like
think,
that.
huh?
I said, don't talk about my number one like that.
But if you get a chance, watch the A&E Diamond Dallas Page documentary because he really goes into depth about how he even became a wrestler, and it gives you even more appreciation.
Watch all of them.
So
Yeah,
you've seen that one?
They're really good.
Well, yeah, watch all of them, but
All of them are super good.
yeah, that
Watch
Diamond
the
Dallas
Treasure
Page
Show,
one is
too.
like, man,
What is
Yeah.
that one?
A&E.
Is that
You can
on
watch
TV?
it for free on A&E.com.
Can you? Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's me and Cameron watch it next day usually for free.
The Treasure
How many-
Shows are on there also, though.
How many are there?
Oh, man, there's probably like
I think they're in the
25.
third season worth, yeah. But yeah, all right.
Well, I don't know anything about DDP because I didn't
Oh,
watch it.
I guess I can't leave out how many guys he's either saved their career or saved their lives with his yoga. Which
Yeah.
I just recently found out. Did you know Butterbean has lost 100 pounds doing DDP yoga recently?
That's crazy.
Right?
Wow.
He's trying to make a comeback and fight Jake Paul.
Butterbean?
Come
Yeah.
on. No way.
That's gonna be a joke.
Where do you think you had him last year?
20?
24.
Okay. All right. 15. I have about where you had him. Seth Rollins. I can't argue. He's one of the best of this generation. I still will defend that his like 2014 title reign after like cashing in Money in the Bank and stuff, his best run. That Rollins was so funny. He was so heelish. You just like despised him, but that's exactly what they wanted. That song I think is his best still. I don't know. Seth, he's the total package. Like he can cut the great promos. He can put on a 5-star match with anybody. He pre knee injury Seth Rollins I think might have been the best wrestler in the world at the time. But yeah, he's too good. He was built for the business, and I hope his injuries don't cut his career short. But I don't hate the like last year Seth Rollins as much as you did, but it did start to get a little stale, and I think the Punk and Drew feud definitely shocked him back towards the top.
Not last year. That from beating Finn to CM Punk returning. Right?
That's a long time.
That's like 5-6 months. Because
Beating
he faced
Finn?
what? He faced Finn at what? Like SummerSlam?
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay. But yeah, that's where I got Seth, and he's my highest Shield member.
He was your only Shield member last year.
Yeah.
Wait, you didn't have Roman on your list last year?
No.
I thought Roman was one of your favorites. Like
Mine?
totally. Yeah.
When?
I thought it was both of your guys's.
You're
Or
capping.
personally one of your guys' fit. No, you guys talk about Roman like he's like some sort of savior.
I mean, right now he's.
We hated
say it
Roman
might
for
come
like
to
a
death.
decade, and I've been arguing with Jordan about like how I don't like his title run is good, but I don't think it's like the greatest.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Do you know where you had him last year?
28.
33.
I was gonna say 30, but yeah, okay.
So he's gone up 19 spots.
Ooh.
All right. At 14, I feel like we're starting to get into a real good mix here of like guys I could kind of interchange, but like I don't know. It just depends on the day. But I got Finn Balor here. His main roster run has been, hit or miss, hot and cold. But he's done some really great things. The NXT title run, both of them were amazing. He's the only 3-time NXT champion because then he went back to NXT and had a great run and feuded with like Gargano and Adam Cole and stuff. He's just like he invented the Bullet Club, had some of the best matches in New Japan. He's just so creative. The Demon was so cool. I kind of hate how they started doing it too frequently and having the Demon lose because the Demon was supposed to be almost unbeatable. Like when Joe beat Demon Finn in his last NXT match, it was like a big deal. But now he's like the Demon has lost like 4 times on the main roster, so it just kind of sucks. But Finn Balor's just one of the coolest, most creative like wrestlers in ring and wrestling minds I think we've seen.
Yeah.
You know where you had him last year?
I feel like he was top 20 last year. 18?
20.
20 exactly. Oh, okay.
Did you hear what Jordan said? He said he only lost twice as the Fiend.
No, because is it? No, because he lost to
Roman and Edge.
and Brock.
Did he face Brock as the Demon?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
pretty sure.
Go on.
I'm pretty sure he did. If not, then I guess it was only twice, but still twice is too many.
No, it was regular Finn.
Oh wow. Okay. I guess it's not as bad as I thought, but it's still like, shouldn't have been twice like that. And that was like the twice not that far apart either, like so that made it seem worse, but yeah.
When's the last time he was Demon Finn?
That Edge match.
Um,
All right. Number 13. Weird we got him in the same spot, but I also got Eddie Guerrero here. Always loved Eddie. He was always just one of those guys who like he might not have been like always my top like 5 or nothing like that, but I always knew like if Eddie was on there, it's gonna be entertaining. It's gonna be a great match. He just, he was like exactly what like a guy who would die for the business was. Like, I mean, he basically did like put his body through so much that the business ended up killing him, but I feel like he wouldn't have had any other way going out than like putting a show on for the fans for so long. But if he did like was around with us longer, he might have made my top 10 because I think he would have had a lot better feuds with a lot more of these up and coming guys, but just the short time that we got Eddie in, I think he made a land like a mark on more wrestlers than maybe anybody. Like all these wrestlers coming in today, they always mention Eddie as being one of their idols. So he'll one of those guys that'll like never die in the terms of the business.
Definitely. I think that's a perfect spot.
Do you know where you had him last year?
I'm gonna say 19.
You had him at 10.
Oh dang, he went down. I was
You
surprised
dropped
by
him
that.
3
But like I
spots.
said, these next couple like guys, around this like I would say like 13 to like 8 or 7, they're probably pretty interchangeable depending on my mood.
My mood.
Like honestly, I think I just switched my 13 and my 12 like a couple days ago. So, number 12, I got Bray Wyatt. If he, he had a lot of time off TV, he had a lot of times where, they would have him lose when he shouldn't, or else I think he would have broken to that top 10. But he's just one of the most creative minds I think we've ever seen in wrestling. The stuff that he had work, if he was pitching that to you, you'd be like, "There's no way this is gonna work." But then most of it did. The Fiend was such a crazy idea, but it ended up being so cool. They always say he's hard to work with, but I think it's more he's hard to change his story. Like, he has his story, he has it the way he wants. He doesn't want too many changes with it. But I mean, it's hard to argue with him when like the changing of his story is having him lose to Randy Orton by getting distracted by Alexa Bliss, and then losing to Goldberg in Saudi Arabia clean as the Fiend. And it's just like, you could say he's hard to work with, but who wouldn't push back at those stupid ideas? But I do think he was one of the best guys outside of the ring too, especially watching his documentary. And it just sucks that I feel like we were kind of robbed of seeing a generational run with what him and Bo were about to do. And I'm excited to see what Bo can salvage from their ideas.
You could say he was hard to work with just because you didn't understand it, so you didn't know how to work with it literally.
Yeah, I guess he's more complicated to work with because like he's probably not that good at like explaining his thoughts, and they're probably hard to understand when he is explaining them. So yeah, but just like the way he was also able to reinvent himself, because Husky Harris became the Eater of Worlds, creepy voodoo guy with like a crazy family, and then from that he kind of turned the Wyatt family into like a powerhouse where he was a little more methodical about his approach, switching that to a Mr. Rogers spin-off who has a kind of Dr. Jackal monster on the other side of him. Like, that was like crazy. The Firefly Funhouse match with John Cena is one of my top 5 favorite matches ever. I think like that match is just so cool, so fun. I love the way they did it. Definitely, I think my favorite cinematic match. So yeah, I think, like I said, Bray could go from my top 5 to here any day of the week, depending on my mood. But
Yeah, I'm surprised he wasn't higher on your list, to be honest.
yeah, it's tough
Same.
once you start getting into this. It's tough. I think my next entry was more favorite and what he did for the business than like just favorite. So I think that's why this guy is atop of Bray today, I guess. But who knows what it would be in like a month.
Do you know where Bray was last year?
He was probably top 10, huh? Like 7.
He was 21.
Wow, I can't believe I had him that
Oof.
low. Well, I'm glad I
So you
raised him up.
flipped it.
Huh?
I said, so you flipped it.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right. Number 11, last pick of the night. I got Mick Foley, Mankind, Cactus Jack, Dude Love. I feel like, everyone remembers, oh, he's the crazy hardcore guy. He gave us such big moments. But just watch a regular old Mick Foley match on Raw. That dude was good in the ring, man. He had some of the best punches. He had really good timing. He could move for how big he was. He had really cool moves. He was charismatic, he was funny. He just did way more for the business than people give him credit for, because he's just labeled as, oh, he's that guy that got thrown off Hell in a Cell. But, one of the biggest pops, if not the biggest pop of all time, when he won the belt. Basically he sunk WCW. He's also super cool outside of the ring. He's done a lot to help wrestlers behind him, and his TNA run kind of, should have never happened. That happens with a lot of guys, Someone throwing that much money your way, it's kind of hard to say no. But, and then with his new stuff he's been doing, like his podcast and his stand-up shows, he's just like one of those good, wholesome dudes who, found his niche and ran with it and, changed the business, I'd say, because any other, if it wasn't for Mankind, who knows if, guys like Bray, guys like Kevin Owens are even getting a shot in WWE.
Yeah. Facts.
We'll say people always try to say Daniel Bryan is like likable like Mick. I don't even think it's close, man. I don't think anybody's
Yeah.
Mick's.
No. Like, don't get me
lovable.
wrong, I love Daniel Bryan in the ring as like a wrestler, but when I listen to him on like interviews and stuff, he's kind of a dick.
Yeah, he's like a full of yourself douche kind of.
Yeah, like he's like one of those vegans that like, he thinks he's better than everybody.
Bro, The Miz said it right when he was arguing with Daniel Bryan. Like,
I mean, the Miz
He
tells
might
it
have.
how it is.
Yeah.
but I did not have Mick Foley on my board, and I think it's because how you said, like, he's just remembered for a lot of our generation as the guy who was just hardcore, and you remember him for uh, thumbtacks just laying out on the ring and him being slammed on it, which
Yeah.
was cool, but it didn't really impact a lot of people of our generation who didn't go back and rewatch the old stuff. And
I mean, like you say, like, speaking of that, like that match with Randy with the thumbtacks and then even the one with Edge, without those matches, I don't know if Randy and Edge those kind of catapulted them up to superstar status.
Yeah.
Hey, Edge was already champion before that. And
Yeah.
actually, so was
Yeah,
Randy.
but they took the belt off him so quick because they didn't, the crowd wasn't really feeling it. And I feel like after that match, the crowd was like, okay,
No, yeah, I agree. He elevated them.
All right.
Derek, wait, hold on. Derek, how could you not have the Micker on your list, idiot?
I just didn't think of him, And, growing up, when you saw him, he was the top guy, but he was an old guy who would come every once in a while to, do a crazy hardcore match, and then he was gone.
Yeah, I would say, like, I feel like
moments.
I feel like Derek wasn't really watching when Mick was like there every week.
You got to look up his funniest promos because he has some with The Rock that are just so hilarious.
Yeah. Also, he's a top 5 GM/commissioner.
Yeah, I loved when he was a GM.
I don't know about that. Which time? Which time?
I mean, definitely the first time, the 2000s time. That last one was pretty weak, but
all right, that's what I thought you were talking about.
no. I meant like I was grouping commissioners and GMs together because they're basically the same thing. But
all right, fellas.
All right.
It's been.
Do you know where you had him last year?
25.
You had him at 11.
Oh, same. Nice.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Not he
But
is.